What is going on? I'm going to be the first to say it. This weekend was impossible to wrap our heads around, but we shall try. Good morning. Welcome to your feel-good kickstart to a brand new week. This is going to require a high five.
I'm sorry. I miss you, man.
Chris, you can't even hang it. Yeah.
I'm so sorry,
Almost.
So
Absence does make the heart grow fonder. Really good to see you guys. Hopefully you had an amazing weekend, yes?
Incredible weekend. A bit jealous of Ryle because he got to chase some waterfalls, and I was like,
things.
Oh, boy.
It was good.
Nature was serving today.
It really was. It was soul-filling stuff. Obviously, the weather was crazy, as we all know, over the last few weeks. The water has been insane. So I tried to find the silver lining to that, and it was incredible. But we'll talk about that in just a bit, because we've got to talk to Mzansi about what's happening on the show this morning. There is so much to go through. Bro, did you watch the sport this weekend?
It's like we inverted the world of sport. No one has been able to, I think, wrap their head around fully what went on this weekend. We had the Wimbledon final, surprised all of us. Maybe not Carlos Alcaraz, but a few others were absolutely blown away. Then, of course, we had the 1 point come into effect once again, and, of course, not on the winning side. The Irish, I think, beat us at our own game at Loftus, or rather in Durban this weekend. But Lorenzo and his friends, he's brought the whole team across to help us try to understand what went on in the world of sport.
Because there are question marks all around, aren't there? Well, as we get up to Mandela Day this coming Thursday, we bring you various initiatives where you can spend your 67 minutes giving back to your community, of course. One such event is being hosted by Jenny Morris. We love her so much, and she's here to tell us how we can get involved by cooking up a soup recipe.
That's the good stuff. Perfect for the season. It's all the heartiness that we need. And speaking of hearty, let's get that entertainment box ticked with some good old dance music. I think some dancers, some music. Let's mix all together. And we're going to bring in the following. We've got dancers from Mzansi Ballet ahead, and that's for the 11th SA International Ballet Competition. It's going to be opulent, to say the least. Plus, we also have Parklands College Jazz Band showing off their performance ahead of their Wizard of Oz production. So you're ready to follow the yellow brick road, people?
This is going to be one of those humbling ones, though. Hey, we're going to have the best of the world, literally dancers, and then we're going to have teenagers who make us feel really mundane and normal because they are so talented. And, of course, you guys have to join the conversation as well. We'll kick it off online, and we'd love to hear from you. It's been a rough week of weather for the Mother City, undoubtedly, and I know I'm underselling that notion completely here, but I want you, please, to share with us how your area was impacted. And please let us know all about what went on, maybe the community response that you saw in your area, people that you're particularly proud of, people that need help. And I think that's a massive, massive space at the moment. So how did it go in your actual direct space?
Very lucky, man. I mean, I just saw some crazy stuff happening. I mean, I saw in Muizenberg on the hill and some of the waterlogged fields that some of the kids were taking out bodyboards and making the most out of it. So I didn't get to see a lot of the negativity that was associated with a lot of the floods, but I did see some kids finding a silver lining and actually having some fun in the storm. So kudos to you guys finding the little playfulness inside of it all.
Well, it was like that on the way to pick up my daughter when the rains first hit. I literally had to roll my pants up and wade through the water to pick her up out of school and get her out, which was all fun and exciting. On the way back from picking my son up, suddenly walls are being washed away and you're seeing the impact on people's lives. And these are in areas where people can definitely handle the response needed. There are many, many people still living out of city halls, still living on the kindness of others. So please send us a voice note. Are there heroes that you need to shout out to this morning? Send us a voice note, 0634088863. We'd love to hear from you. And at Expresso Show is the handle to use.
Yeah, we'll see you after this, but official duties must commence. Chris is standing by with the latest, and then we'll get into the rest of the good stuff in just a bit.
4 minutes after 6 o'clock, let's head into your news. We start out with national news, where Energy Minister Josienso Ramokgopa has announced that the government will proceed with the procurement of nuclear energy to address the country's energy crisis. Now, this decision comes despite previous opposition to the high procurement costs associated with agreements from Russia during the Jacob Zuma administration. Ramokgopa made these remarks to the media during the two-day cabinet Lekgotla held over the weekend at the presidential guest house in Pretoria. Now, he clarified that while the previous procurement plan was for 9,000 megawatts, the current proposal is scaled down to 2,500 megawatts. The Healthy Living Alliance is calling on South African consumers to become more health conscious, as big food producers are under scrutiny for potentially misleading consumers about the healthiness of their products. The Alliance's Simpiwe Masilo says children are increasingly suffering from obesity and health-related issues. Globally, over 220 million children aged 5 to 18 are obese, with South Africa seeing 1 in 5 children under 13 affected, which is twice the global average. She says this raises serious concerns about the influence of major food corporations on people's diets. Now, moving on to international news, 22 children lost their lives and at least 132 others were injured when Saint Academy, a school in Nigeria's Central Plateau state capital, Jos, collapsed during class on Friday morning. The incident left students trapped under debris as volunteers worked tirelessly using excavators, hammers, and their bare hands to rescue those in peril. The government has launched an investigation attributing the collapse to the school's weak structure and its unsafe proximity to a riverbank. Authorities have advised immediate closure of other schools facing similar structural concerns as a precautionary measure. Former U.S. President Donald Trump has called for national unity after an assassination attempt at a Pennsylvania campaign rally on Saturday. Now, Trump was struck in the ear during the chaotic incident, which threatened to escalate political tensions before the upcoming presidential election in 4 months. The 78-year-old was swiftly escorted off the stage with blood on his face. The shooter and a bystander died, and 2 spectators were critically injured. President Joe Biden condemned the violence, stating, "There is no place in America for this kind of violence." And now we close off with this one. It wasn't only Spain's Carlos Alcaraz, who, of course, received huge applause for his magnificent win over Serbian all-time great Novak Djokovic at Wimbledon's world-famous centre court yesterday. Catherine, Princess of Wales, attended the men's final as she continues her cancer recovery, receiving a standing ovation and waving to the cheering centre court crowd as she took her seat. Wearing a purple dress, the 42-year-old princess was accompanied by her 9-year-old daughter, Charlotte. She presented the trophy to the winner and talked to players before the match. She recently returned to UK public life, attending a military parade in London last month after revealing her chemotherapy treatment. The princess has been the patron of the All England Club since 2016. So good to have the princess out and about. While speaking about sports, here's your latest with Graham.
I know, a complexing weekend in sports, so let's try and wrap our head around it. Let's start with the big one in European football. In a thrilling Euro 2024 final, substitute Mikel Oyarzabal, he scored a late winner to propel Spain to a 2-1 victory over England. So Spain overcame the loss of midfielder Rodri to injury at halftime. Could have been a massive blow, but they took the lead early in that second half through Nico Williams with a beautiful strike, assisted by the youngster Lamine Yamal, who's been outstanding. England then did equalise with a goal from Cole Palmer, but Oyarzabal sealed Spain's triumph with a decisive strike in the 86th minute, securing their 4th European Championship title and 3rd in the last 5 editions. But I must say, married to an English person, breaking some hearts along the way. Now let's turn to rugby, and in a thrilling conclusion on Saturday night in Durban Island's fullback Frawley, he delivered a monumental drop goal on the hooter, literally securing a dramatic 25-24 victory over the Springboks, giving us a taste of our own medicine. So Frawley coming on as a replacement kicked 2 crucial drop goals to settle a contentious and hard-fought match, leveling the Test series at 1 apiece. We've got Robbie Gillette and Lorenzo stepping into studio a little bit later to help us unpack that one. Now let's get back onto grass for tennis. In South Africa's Kgotatso Montjane and Japan's Yui Kimiji, they clinched the Wimbledon wheelchair women's doubles title, defeating the Dutch pair of Didi de Groot and Jiska Griffioen 6-4, 6-4. So Montjane and Kimiji, silver medalists back in 2023, claimed the title without dropping a set, in fact, finishing the final in 1 hour and 33 minutes. This marks Montjane's 3rd Grand Slam doubles title and her 1st at Wimbledon. She is a warrior. So good to see her getting her just rewards. Now let's look at the men's side of what was a thrilling Wimbledon draw this year. Carlos Alcaraz, he powered 7-time champion Novak Djokovic in straight sets to retain his Wimbledon title. He looked incredible, signaling a new era in men's tennis, undoubtedly. So the Spanish 3rd seed won 6-2, 6-2, 7-6, capturing the 4th Grand Slam of his career. clearly the fourth of many more to come. In the women's singles then, Czech Republic's Barbara Krejcikova, she claimed her second Grand Slam title by defeating Italy's Jasmine Paolini 6-2, 2-6, 6-4, adding the Wimbledon crown now to her 2021 French Open victory. The boys are stepping in. I think Luke is about to join us to help us understand all the tennis permutations as well, so stick around for that. But right now, let's wrap our heads around the weather.
Thank you so much, G-Man. Yes, let's dive into all things weather, especially after what we experienced last week. Now, after multiple severe weather warnings each day last week, the SA Weather Service has issued none for today. But meanwhile, the Western Cape has asked the National Disaster Risk Management Centre to declare the week's extreme weather a provincial disaster. Now, Environmental Affairs and Development Planning MEC Anton Bredal says they have a huge humanitarian situation to deal with. Now, at least 100,000 people in the city of Cape Town are affected, while some 33,000 structures are damaged. Now, further inland, the town of Citrusdal is cut off from the rest of the province. And moreover, the Water and Sanitation Department has reported that dam and river levels continue to rise. Now, the Clan William Dam in the Olifantsrivier, the Floriskraal Dam in Laingsburg, and the Bergrivier Dam are already filled to capacity, with the Teerwaterskloof and Voelvlei dams not far from 100%. Well, from our weather news, we dive into encouraging you, Mzansi, to share with us one of our favorite parts of the morning, and that's our sunrise view of the hour. In the next hour, we'll do exactly that. So a reminder that the number is 063-408-8863, because we'd love to see how you start your day wherever you are in the country or maybe even the world. For now, though, we're going to stick to South Africa and show you what temperatures you can expect for the rest of the day. Enjoy.
Keep those comments coming. If you've been affected by the weather, we'd love to hear from you. What does that look like on the ground floor? Let us know, especially if there are any heroes in your area who have done the most, or anyone needing help. We'd love to hit you up on the socials this morning. But of course, we've got a lot to talk about. I'm going to be talking tennis in just a moment to try and wrap our heads around Wimbledon and the possibility. Everyone's saying a new era, new era. I don't think Djokovic is done just yet. But he certainly was done and dusted yesterday.
There might be some truth to that for sure. Listen, Missy, I believe you got your running on though, right?
Well, not quite running, but I was a spectator.
Okay,
Next time I'll join in on the magic,
It's okay.
Run Your City, Durban, of course, went down and happened. It was so fantastic. And the weather was so good, I was telling them I wanted to stay in Durban.
Yeah.
But of course, I've got duties. I got to be back. I got to be here. And it was just incredible to see all the runners and also breaking records. So we're going to check out what happened
fast,
there. We'll see you now.
Okay, this is only 2 now. Okay.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Yes, let's try and wrap our heads around the sport this weekend. Let's start on the grass. And the king and queen of grass, of course, were crowned this weekend at Wimbledon. Carlos Alcaraz powered his way over, through, around Novak Djokovic to retain his title, while Barbara Krejcikova, she defeated Jasmine Paolini to win her second Grand Slam, which she dedicated to her mentor, Yana Novotná, who passed away in 2017. Quite a powerful moment. Director of Sports Essence Paddle Academy, Luke Potter, quite a spicy one, and tennis coach Ricky Solomon's here to balance him out, give us their insights on what was an incredible Wimbledon final, however you slice it. Welcome, boys.
Thanks, man. Thank you, guys.
Listen, it was insane. I would love to start with the ladies first because there's so much to talk about. How are we talking about also, or not mentioning this mentor that we've just highlighted in that intro? Yeah. How much of an impact does this have, and did this have for her title defense? Well, I wouldn't say defense, but just that title that you took in Wimbledon. Inspiration coming through thick and fast. How much of a reason do you think this is in terms of actually claiming that title this weekend?
Man, having someone of that stature as a mentor, as a coach, as a guide is massive in a sport like tennis. You know, the belief is so hard to come by because everyone is so tough, right? So for you to believe that you can achieve this is very difficult. But to have someone that's been there before and then to tell you you've got what it takes, that's massive. I mean, obviously, your parents speak to you all the time, whoever's around you say, oh, you can do it, but you don't really believe it. Yeah. When someone like that tells you, it's
well, because you've been hearing it your whole life. You've been the best tennis player probably that you've known for most of your life until you rock up on the scene.
Correct.
And then everyone's been the best tennis player in their life, so it requires a special kind of self-belief, something that we saw, I think, in young Carlos Alcaraz just kick into another gear there. But on the women's side, so much talk around Paolini. There was something awesome about her journey, about the excitement building. Was it a bridge too far? Could she have won this final, do you think?
Smiley, right?
Yeah.
I mean, gee whiskers, she's always smiling. The smile for me,
awesome. She seems like a wonderful human being.
The perfect attitude, man. Yeah.
The smile wasn't there, though. If you looked in that final, I think it was quite a tense situation for her. Talented. You can't. What was great to watch for me was, you know, she backed it up. She was obviously in the French Open a month ago. She continued that. Funny enough, she never won a match on grass before this tournament, which is ironic. So, I mean, that just shows you the ability. But I want to know what's in the water at Wimbledon. If you look at the first set, she went off the court, she had some water, she splashed it on her face, she came back, she won a set. Then Barbora left after the next set, splashed some water, came back and won the match. Incredible.
Maybe there's something in the mental button.
And
the reset, right.
Do you not think it's definitely, I mean, I love the sentiment of the water, but it's exactly that. Those moments are so pivotal because in an event like this, you can feel, even just as a spectator watching from the TV, you can feel the intensity. You can feel how much like anticipation comes off every serve, off every break point. Do you think it's pivotal at this level to still find these moments to just, hang on, I've got to breathe. I've got to take this in and remember that I've been practicing this and not let the moment take over. Do you think that's what's going on in these moments?
That's exactly what's going on. So you actually can't control it unless you're there a lot.
Yeah, it's a fitness, in itself.
Paolini, only a second time. It doesn't matter what anyone says. You need to be there to experience it, acknowledge it, and go, oh my gosh, I'm not myself. I need to calm down. And so these little walks they do.
It's a button push.
It is.
It really is. And now this gives us the transition into the men's game. Because, and I'm not going to give this to young Carlos Alcaraz just yet. We're going to start with Djokovic because I think this was his to win or lose. As much as it looked like Carlos completely dominated him, he couldn't find that button. How often have we seen Djokovic find a moment to press that button, to find the mental strength to start clawing his way back? Luke, what happened there? Did he have an opportunity to come back, or was he just blasted out of the water?
I don't think it was a mental thing. I think it was a physical thing.
Just exhausted.
No, I don't even think it's exhausted.
His body wasn't ready.
Remember, and we can't make excuses here for the guy because he chose to be there. He did get into the final. But if you look how he got there, all right, first of all, he didn't play a semis. that helped him. But in the same breath, that didn't help him.
He didn't get
Okay.
tested.
The second thing is no matter how people say this, that Roon incident where he was booing and not, mentally, that must have done something to him. You can say what you want. I don't care if you're number one in the world. That affects you. So
Either
it's
gonna
always in the
fuel you
back
or
of the
break you,
mind.
yeah.
And then third for me, I mean, physically, he just didn't trust his body to stay and rally at the back of the court. So he tried this new thing, serving and volleying and coming in. He got passed every single time. So, I mean, it's not a comfortable place for him to be. Having said that, can he win the Olympics is where this is going, because, again, that's the one he doesn't have. So out of all the things that he's done in his career, an Olympic gold is the one that's missing. He wants that, you know?
And 2 more, at least, Grand Slams. I don't think he's done. I think he's going to find another gear as a result of this. Okay. So now that we have spoken about Djokovic, let's talk about some of the best passing shots that I think have ever been seen at Wimbledon as world tennis manifests in Carlos Alcaraz. It really is. He is the tip of the spear now in terms of the skill set and how he can apply that.
Sure.
Absolutely amazing. What do you think this means? Are we looking at the next future greats, or is this just a moment in time? How do you feel about young Carlos?
This is, look, it wasn't, it doesn't.
Sinner fans are going to hate this.
You can cry a little bit as you say this. It's fine.
So when Alcaraz came onto the scene, there was already talk about how amazing this guy is. The one thing that is unique about him, similar to what Novotny had, you know, there's this whole thing of working with someone else. His coach used to be world number one. So he's had a world number one coach since he was 15 years old. I don't care what the story is. If you have a world number one telling you that this is the best way to hit the forehand, this is the best way to hit the backhand, you believe it. You know, and I feel like similar to the Springboks in the way they play rugby, there's this belief that our style of play is what will get us over the line. Alcaraz has this belief. My coach was number one. I'm just going to go with it.
That's where his baseline
That's where his baseline is. So when he's out there,
the fun,
he believes so much in what he's doing, while the other guys may be questioning. Novak, as Luke mentioned, was serving and volleying. He never does that. I mean, he started to do it recently as he's getting older, but he's questioning the style of game he's had since day one. And here's Alcaraz, just solid. This is what I do, and you know, and you can't stop me, you know. And so it's just he's a extremely powerful force.
Yeah, no, it was a steam train. Well, if you're thinking about serving and volleying in your own life and you're around about our age, it's okay, man. You can go into the net. It's fine. Absolutely incredible tennis on display. If your hearts are broken, we are sorry. We're going to continue on that trend, talking more sport, more broken hearts on the other side. Jen, thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Well, if you are experiencing a broken heart, come with good news, because today it is Monday, of course, and it could be your lucky day when you play Daily Lotto for an estimated 400. On the nationallottery.co.za website or on the mobile app. You can also purchase your ticket through cell phone banking or simply by dialing *120 *7529 hash for USSD. Now, all these details, of course, are on our Expresso social media pages, so please go and check them out. And will the estimated 450,000 Rand daily jackpot be yours today? There's only one way to find out. You've got to play. Now listen, we've got so much coming your way on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We've just gotten started. I know we're going from winners to those that didn't quite win. I don't know if it's too soon, but we're going to unpack all things to do with the second test match, of course, between the Springboks and Ireland. And sticking in the world of sports, I get to show you what went down in Durban for the Run Your City edition in KZ, and it's going to be a good time. Grab your coffee and we'll see you on the other side of this.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, yes, sometimes welcome back. You're opening up right here on S3. This is your feel-good breakfast show, but for some of us this weekend, it might not have felt that good. Why? Because Ireland clinched a thrilling 25-24 victory over the Springboks in Durban, leveling the incoming series and handing the Rugby World Cup champions their first defeat since last year. And it still stings so much. G and I are still trying to recover from it. But we brought in someone to help us do exactly that. We have rugby content producer Robbie Gillette, who's joining us to chat about all the chaos of this weekend. Robbie, how you doing, brother?
Boys, good, and you?
Oh, are we
Let's be honest,
okay?
how difficult is it to be on the other side of 1 point?
Is this what it feels like?
I don't know. Well, yes,
I
I
feel
think
like
so.
we stepped into another alternate reality. The whole thing about people coming from the future messing with our timeline, this was it, bro, and they might be Irish. So whoever's doing it might be Irish. I'm going to say it. I feel like they beat us at our own game.
Yeah.
The level of physicality was there. And I know we've been trying different things. We had a couple of injuries that we had to kind of jig with. I get that. But the level of intensity, certainly in that first half, I mean, it looked like a reversal of roles to me. How do you wrap your head around not the Springbok performance, but this Irish performance? Let's give them their kudos.
Yeah, to be fair, they were really good. And physically, I thought they didn't even match us. I thought they dominated us.
Yeah.
If you look at those collisions in the first sort of 10 minutes even, I thought they, like, let's put it this way. We came out firing in that first test at Loftus, and they did the same. And I said on Friday that we needed to start well. Like, we can't let Ireland start well, because when they get on the front foot, it's a difficult...
Then it becomes a test match.
Different beast, yeah. And yeah, at half-time, 16-6, that's not starting well. So yeah, I thought they started well. They won the big moments. So we'll get into the big moments.
Yeah.
But yeah, we also did a couple of things that didn't go quite to plan. Like, we started playing a little bit, which got us back into the game. And then when we had the lead again, we started kicking long. And kicking to them and trying to protect the lead, play a bit of territory. And then they just played into their favour. We gave them ball. They got on the front foot again, and then that momentum swung, which allowed, Frawley to get into positions where he could do his thing.
Yeah, the 1 point.
And it's crazy to me because, I mean, this is not a South African side that is struggling with names, right? We've got all the stalwarts there. We've got all the experience there. Yes, like you mentioned, things didn't go according to plan, and especially when we talk about the injuries of Willie Leroux, and we had Andre Pollard as well having to step up. But, like, these aren't things that should rock us. I mean, yes, it's a big blow. Yes, we had the World Cup where someone like Malcolm Marx gets hit out, but we have the names to show up there. Why did we not?
I think, like I said earlier, they started better than we did. On Andre, I mean, he kicked 8 kicks. He kicked all up points.
Everything right.
And 6 of those in the second half. So, like, a guy like him did step up, but I think maybe tactically we got a little bit wrong, which is actually a different thing to say, because you're not used to saying that.
Is that something you can say?
I don't know.
I want to say, yeah, because you're going to blog with him like next week. So just step lightly. Tread lightly, my friend. It is upon our dreams that you tread. I'm going to put it to you this way. When last did we see the Springboks not kick for a corner and go for a try in the match? And I get that. I know that in a test match you need the points, and when Andre's on fire like that, bank it.
Yeah.
I get that, but we had an opportunity to stretch that lead. We had an opportunity to get maybe the physical momentum. Were we scared? Were we conservative? You spent a lot of the time trying to get into the headspace of the box. What do you think was different about this box team's mentality?
I think that this Irish side is notorious for their maul defence, and it's like illegal, but it's like it's legal at the same
frustrating.
time. So I think. I don't know. I think we maybe got caught in two minds of where we want to be. Do we want to go and play get 5 points, or do we want to go conservative and let's kick 3? Won us the World Cup, So I think in those big moments, I think we got caught in two minds a little bit. And like I say, like the Irish are like the New Zealand of old, where they're it's like illegal, but it's not. It's illegal, especially when they stop in their maul. They come around the side and he's offside, but he's not. So it's like a lot of grey.
It's illegal, but they do it so well.
Yeah,
we'll
exactly.
let it fly.
It's like Richie McCaw, how he used to do it.
It's crazy to me, though, because I even had this confidence going into the second half, because this seems so reminiscent of our style, where we kind of wear them down, and you feel like the Springboks are still going to be able to take it. We're still going to be able
The
to
bomb
turn
squad
this.
have got him. It's okay.
Yeah, we'll get them in the last 15 or 10, and that's where we really make that impact. But it seemed like they had the ability, they had the conditioning, I think, and they had those standout players that could just last in those moments where it seemed like we would usually have that turnaround. Standout performances like Ireland had, when we're talking about Jack Crowley and the Frawley as well, really making standout I think, moments that stop those turning points of the past from actually happening. Do you might agree with this, or do you think it's even more than that?
For sure, and how take a bow, Kieran Rowley. That's the kind of stuff you dream about as a kid, no? When you want to play for Ireland or the Springboks, or Ireland in his case. But sure, I think they got into positions where they could do it, you know? It was like they earned the right for him to go do that. It wasn't just him. I mean, they had to get a ruck right in front of the pole.
Line it up,
for sure.
So I thought that they earned the right to do that, and what a time to be alive. And also, sorry, Jack Crowley, who kicked, and he kicked them into good positions. He was good off the boot. They've got to make mention to him as well.
Yeah, I think their control of the game was better. I think they just managed it better. Maybe we were a little bit disjointed. This, however, doesn't give them a World Cup, okay? So we can't go back and redress all of that, but hopefully from the Irish perspective, they feel like they've done something. From a Springbok perspective, what does this mean for us? Because we saw it last week, possibly testing slightly different styles of play, maybe opening up channels for Sasha, new players to express themselves. What does this mean in the Springbok journey, do you think? More fire.
Yeah, I think so. I think it makes us a little bit scarier. I think you've got to be disappointed after that, let's be honest. I mean, we had every opportunity to put it to bed, you know, like now the discourse continues, like, oh, Ireland are on our level. I don't think so, but that's what I think it's going to fire the guys up a little bit. And in terms of the way we're going to play, I think we're going to stick to that expansive play. I mean, like, in the first test, I think, or test before, we usually have about 80 passes. In that second, or that first test, we did 170 odd.
Sure.
So it's a massive difference, and it's only our second game, or sort of third game, playing like this. So I think we're going to get that momentum, and our players are too talented not to come right to that. So I think we're not in a bad spot. We've lost a game to Ireland, the second best team in the world. I think if there was a third test, we'd win. So I don't think, I think it fires us up, and it makes us a different beast.
We just momentarily stumbled down to Ireland's level. We'll get back up there. It's all right. No, all due respect, Ireland played like warrior poets this weekend. Absolutely beautiful. Left nothing out there. Broken-hearted, yes, we are.
Man, can I tell you that the Springboks weren't the only people out in Durban. I too was there not too long ago, and I'm telling you it was such an honor because the vibe was absolutely electrifying. If you're wondering what I'm talking about, I was in Durban for the Absa Run Your City 10-kilometer, and I've got to say, I got to give it to him. Graham was absolutely right. That energy on the ground was so contagious, I almost just started running with everybody, and the vibe in Durban was like nowhere else you've seen before. You want to have a look? Okay, I'll allow you. Take a look at the fun.
Out here in Durban as we gear up for the Absa Run Your City 10K. Now in just a bit we're going to see so many more crowds gather around us in support of our enthusiastic runners today who have their own unique stories to tell. I'm so glad that I get in on the action, on the ground. Let's see how it goes. Also tell me, what do you love most about Absa Run Your City?
I like the way everybody comes together. It's such excitement. It's a fun way to keep fit.
I just like the vibe. I think it's a nice community run. It brings everyone together. It's entertaining. It's lovely to see everyone come together.
The vibe. I mean, there's a lot of people who are running here. I see some of them, they don't have clubs, but they decided to come here and participate, so the vibe is very good.
Good morning. Who are you here to support today?
We're here to support my husband. We're running in honor of my father-in-law, who passed away 3 years ago. So we thought, you know what, this year we want to honor him differently. You know, so I'm watching and I'm looking forward to see a very big win for us.
My oh my, didn't he fool us? Because he came in and ran under 27.50. Elroy Galant, his first ever victory at the Absa Run Your City series. How was that, Elroy? Congratulations.
Yeah, no, thank you so much. It was just a fantastic race, you know. I could feel my training is coming through. That last 2 kilometers, I was actually still feeling fresh, you know. But for me, it's really great, especially going into Olympics. And this is really a good confidence booster.
Chad Simon found himself in Durban. What are you doing this weekend?
I came for Durban July for performance, but I also came for the Absa Run Your Series Durban 10K.
And for those that are thinking of entering Run Your City going forward, what would you say to them?
I say do it. Just do it. Simple.
Your story matters is the ethos that Absa is pushing right now, and a beautiful message at that too. Can you tell me more about how this resonates with the athletes and runners today?
And let me put this into perspective. I mean, you have runners who, for the first time, it's a bucket list tick, so it's critical. We want to hear those stories. There are runners that are coming through to say, let us donate to a charitable organization. That is a story that matters. There are runners who for a while were probably in hospital and thought, you know what, let me just go for that jog or a run or something. Hence why your story matters. It's not just a tagline, but it's the importance of just saying we all collectively belong and each of our stories does matter. We do 5 cities, the first one being Gqeberha, then we do Cape Town, then Durban, Tshwane, and then Gauteng. So what happened last year is that we contributed 1.5 million, of which we utilized to plant back in those 5 regions.
Graham had so much fun at the previous Run Your City that I, of course, had to get in on the magic. And he was absolutely right. Not only is it about fun, and there's so much of that, but it's also about inclusivity. Whether you are a runner or a walker or even a cheerful bystander, there is something for everyone. Gloria, this has not been your first run, not your first rodeo. Tell me about your experience with Absa Run Your City.
Oh, the experience has really been amazing, and my favorite thing is the atmosphere. And there were these little stations that I'd pass by that would give me so much energy and really just rejuvenate me to get me going and get me to the finish line. The atmosphere is amazing. I mean, you can still see everyone is still here, and they're obviously still here for a reason.
It's been absolutely amazing. The energy and the vibe in Durban has been absolutely amazing. And it's my 3rd run right now. And I'm looking forward to the next 2. So, yeah.
Durban, wow, oh, wow. You certainly painted your city red. You showed up and showed out. The vibe has been absolutely electrifying. And, of course, the stories have been inspiring. We'll see you in your city soon.
Oh, that is incredible. And I'm seeing so many familiar faces there
Right?
too from like all over the country. This is insane.
Chad Simon, can I just give it to you right now? Because he was at the Durban July the day before. He woke up that morning, he said, I'm going to run this city.
Oh, wow,
And he did.
kudos.
He did so well.
Well played. Listen, if there's another race, I definitely would love to get involved in that. And I believe it's happening all over the country, right?
I'm telling you, Ra, we've done Cape Town, we've done Durban and Tshwane. Get ready to run your city because the next 10K race will be on Sunday, the 25th of August. So I would suggest you start training right now. Entries are officially open, so you gotta go ahead and visit runyourcityseries.com for more information on how to enter.
Oh, it looks like a goodie. You definitely want to get involved in that. So I guess we'll see you at Tshwane for the next one.
There are stories of believers, and we're inspired by them all. We invite you to write your story with us. Your story matters. Absa.
Well, we better keep moving in light of the 11th annual incredible international dance competition being hosted, of course, by Mzansi Ballet, one of the greatest outfits companies in the world and very proudly South African. And we brought some incredible international exports in to help us celebrate. Then, of course, the Queen of Bread is here to make the ultimate cheese toasty dippers. Yes, she's cheeky, and I think there's going to be a lot of cheek in these babies. Stick around. They are absolutely delicious.
Drained? Dehydrated? You have lost more than just fluid. Recover faster. Add Rehydrate, SA's #1 oral electrolyte mixture.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, yes, Mzansi, welcome back to it. We're opening up right here on S3. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and let's get it on the road because joining us right now, we have Dirk Badenhorst. He's the CEO at Mzansi Ballet, here to chat about the 11th South African International Ballet Competition, otherwise known as SAIBC, and it's funded by the National Lotteries Commission, taking place this July. So it's a month for celebration and incredible dancing. Now, alongside him, we have Max Berg, as well as Crystal Wang, who are SAIBC competitors all the way from the States, the US of A. So let's give our internationals and our locals a feel-good welcome. Yes, welcome.
Thank you so much for being here, guys. Honestly, it's such an honor to have you. Dirk, I want to start with you. You're the CEO of Mzansi Ballet, and I really want to know what this competition means to you, and also what is happening this coming July.
So Mzansi Ballet is first the company that performs in Joburg and in Cape Town. So first and foremost, we are hosting the weekend after the competition, a big ballet and dance expo in Gauteng where we bring together ballet and dance and we measure the impact of ballet and dance on the economy of Gauteng and surrounding provinces. And then later in the month, we open our new Neil Diamond show that will then also come to Cape Town later in the year. But the competition is in its 11th edition, but it started before either of these two dancers were born already.
Whoa.
So it's been 16 years, 17 years of existing. And it really is a bringing together of this year 15 different countries.
Wow.
We have adjudicators from 6 different countries, from Romania, from the US, from Belgium, from Brazil, from Switzerland. And then we have these competitors. And it really has been created so that we can create a space where South Africans can be seen and we can see what's happening in the rest of the world. We are so isolated where we are in South Africa. And so the whole idea was to bring people together, inspire teachers, inspire dancers, inspire audiences. And that's really what it's all about, is to ensure that we grow something that is so special and so well placed to cross borders, to cross barriers, to achieve what many other things can't. You know, the ANC used to have a musical and dance group called Amandla, and they would often be told that in 2 hours of performance, they could achieve more than 20 years of politicking.
Wow.
And that's really the value of arts and culture in South Africa, and that's particularly the value of the 11th South African International Ballet.
Wow,
Art is universal, right?
It really is, and it sounds like a universal experience, something that I can see you're both absolutely elated and excited by. Let's look at your face, Max. What does it feel like coming down to an international event like this? Not only being a part of the competition, but also the gala too. I mean, this is like an international fusion of just like dance magic, right?
Yeah, it's really amazing because regardless of like what language we all speak or what country we're from, we can kind of share the universal language of ballet, and it's really cool to meet friends from opposite sides of the world and get to know so many new people.
Is this your first time in South Africa?
I came to Johannesburg like 7 years ago.
Oh, okay, wow. It's crazy how dance can take you all over the world,
Yeah, it's
though, right?
amazing.
This is insane.
Yeah, well, speaking about taking you all over the world, Crystal, I want to come to you and ask, like, what crazy opportunities has presented themselves having this ballet journey of yours?
A crazy opportunity is meeting so many inspiring dancers from all over the world, and when going to these ballet competitions, getting exposure from some of the top ballet masters and artistic directors from all over the world, potentially giving many amazing opportunities, and meeting all these people creates so many valuable connections for the future and my future career. And yeah, it's just super amazing getting to meet so many people from all over the world.
How long have you been doing ballet for?
I've been doing ballet since I was 3 years old.
Wow.
Long time.
It's a while.
Yeah.
Look, this is every reason, I think, just to get involved and see the showcase. But Dirk, maybe I can talk to you more about the impact that this is having. I mean, you're sitting there like a proud father, so excited about this event taking place, seeing all this incredible talent. But for the locals, and especially what you mentioned earlier, how does this present more of an opportunity for that growth, for that learning, for that shared experience?
So I want to go back a little bit because last year we started what we call the South African International Ballet Competition Recognition Award. So we have started a process of starting to honor people that have contributed to ballet over the last 40, 50, 60 years. So Juhar Mosaval was first in our list of recognition, and then he, after that, got the big presidential award. But it is saying, let's go back and let's see where we come from, before we can see where we are going. And then, of course, it is about improving the quality of dance, making dance accessible to as many people as possible. And therefore, we have the big closing gala on Wednesday evening at 7 o'clock, and we bring these two stars, a Georgian and a Dutch person and a Brazilian person that dance with the Dutch National Ballet, Maya Macatelli and Gustavo Carvalho, that are just incredible, and is even for these two beautiful dancers an incredible thing to see. So imagine a young South African kid from Athlone, from Nyanga Guguletu, coming to the theatre, being in an incredible space, and then having exposure to that, and then being able to say, but I can be that. It's not only a pipe dream, it's really something that you can do, because they also see in the same program young kids that look like them, Offense, Cepiso, Torizo, all of those are in the competition. So I can be exactly that. And that's really what I'm trying to achieve, is to ensure that ballet and dance and the arts get its rightful place in our society, funded, feeded, respected. Because without that, what is the point of living? You know, we've become such a consumerist society. We want the biggest car, the best clothes. But if you can't be happy within yourself, how can you? And so therefore the arts is a wonderful way of taking kids off the street, finding a healthier way of expressing yourself, finding a healthier way of just being yourself. And that's what it's all about. And that's why bringing these incredible, we started yesterday, and to see these kids that have never met one another come into one room, and within 2 hours, they've become connected. It's unbelievable. Truly, truly is unbelievable. Yeah. We started creating the big finale where all 88 competitors are dancing together. Little 8-year-olds with top dancers from around the world. And they just were there to support one another. And that's the lesson for South Africa. Yeah. We are not single people. We are a community that needs it.
And the spirit of Ubuntu, I think, will reign throughout. So thank you for the work that you're doing, Dirk. You can't be what you can't see. Representation matters, and we're seeing it on display here. Max, Crystal, thank you too. And we can't wait for that performance a little bit later.
Yeah.
Yep, you're going to have a majestic performance. In fact, some humbling performances coming your way throughout, so stick around. But right now, we're going to focus on the chill, the winter chill. And I think these chilly winter mornings, they call for a dose of comfort. And that's why we have Miss Jenny Morris back in the kitchen to transform just a few simple ingredients. Unbelievably, I'm sure some things that you probably have in your kitchen right now into an irresistible cheese toasty dipper experience that can be prepared with your favorite soup, which we're going to be making a little bit later in the show. I'm all about taking the humble heroes and turning them into superstars. So I will be the humble hero today. You are the superstar. Jen, I love you, not just because you create the most amazing breads, but even when we have a little leftover bread, you know what to do with it. There is nothing more comforting than a bowl of soup with a good dipper. I've been playing around with this notion for like this whole year. So I am ready for Miss Jenny Morris. What are we making today?
We're going, you know, this is something you would give your kids.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
You know, my sister, Beverly, and I used to have these when we were kids. My mom used to make them. And we used to, like, soak them in the soup. So don't just stand there.
I'm ready. What we need
I've got cheese. Where's our
cheese, baby. Yes. I will accommodate. And we've got some absolutely delicious cheese. I'm a big fan of cheddar in any shape or form. The stronger the flavor profile, the better. But we are going to be playing around with this today. Let's open you guys up.
Which one is that, clover cheddar?
So we've got the cheddar and full cream and absolutely delicious. I love the nuttiness of cheddar. For me, don't play around. If you've got a cheese, make it a good, strong cheese.
Oh, yeah.
So that's my vibe. I suppose we can use as much as we like, but I will use about half a cup, I've been told.
I wouldn't use half a cup, darling. It's our recipe. We
use the whole thing. What size would you like your grating done?
Big.
Big, okay.
Yes.
So I suppose you want that cheese to really be present and then crisp up.
Now, what I'm doing here is just cutting it into little fingers.
Okay.
And I'm going to pack these out onto the board. And you, my love, are going to cheese it up, okay?
Oh, I love that. So what would be the ideal bread for this? I know you can use pretty much any bread you've got left in your pantry.
Yeah.
I think a nice dense loaf would be great.
Yes, brown whole wheat is delicious.
Ooh, is that about enough cheese for now?
It's gorgeous. I'm going to go with this, and then you're going to come behind with some salt and pepper over the top. And do me a favor, Gigi, I'm quite crazy about chili.
Okay.
So we're going to put a lot of chili here.
All right.
Isn't that divine?
and these smoked chili flakes I like because you get the heat, but it's not overpowering. It's
No.
not so hot that you can't taste anything that you eat with it.
And the smoke gives it a nice depth.
Yeah, especially with the cheese. It works really well. Complementary flavor profiles, I get that. With me and cheese, you've got to have a lot of salt and black pepper. It's one of my guilty
I'm going
pleasures.
to cross over.
Do it. To
No,
the
not-
dark,
not- not
to the dark side, the Parmesan side. Because if you're going to go cheese, go funky cheese and get some proper
I watched
umami.
you earlier. You thought it was my feet, right? I was standing next to me
I was
going,
worried it was my own. You know, when you've got to just take a step back when you're cooking onions and you just take a step
I know.
away. That looks absolutely beautiful. So we're not
It's going to be delicious.
holding back on
No.
the cheese
No.
at all.
In fact, my oven's ready. There we go. It says
Beautiful.
it's time to pop it in.
Thank you, Lucia. Oh, the fridge is being very economical. Thank you, fridge.
There we go. And I mean, it's as simple as that. And I'm going to give you one of those ones. You tell me what you think. I've made some up front.
Thank
And
you
still
so much.
only one.
So the key thing here is you want the funkiness, you want the cheesiness, so a bit of crisp, but a bit of stretch and stringy
Yes.
as well. I suppose the best out of a cheese toasty.
It's straight out of the oven into a bowl of soup.
Excuse me,
Look at
just
that.
dipping into the soup here, but it is my right.
Yes. Look at him. Are you liking it?
I don't know if I'm allowed to reveal what the soup you're going to make
No.
is later, but I'm
No.
not going to say anything.
No, that soup-
But it needs to be the soup if you're going to be dipping.
Well, I'm sorry for you. I'm making a soup for you, Collie.
Absolutely beautiful and so easy to make, so cheap. Use what's in your pantry right now. But if you're going to enjoy a soup, especially this kind of soup, our mystery soup this morning, you need a beautiful, strong, flavored cheese toasty dipper to get stuck in there. Well, we will continue to make the soup with a little bit of heat. I'm now starting to feel on the other side of this, but you can find this recipe and all the ingredients on expressoshow.com. Woo, a little bit more heat than I anticipated.
Darling, it's not the soup, it's me.
Oh, yes, Mzansi, welcome back. We're opening up right here on S3, and this is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And right now, I bet you're going to feel so good because on the stage we have the South African International Ballet Competition competitor all the way from America to perform a dance piece just for you. Enjoy.
Beautiful, beautiful work. Absolutely love to see that. Max, good job. Of course, that's from Zanzi Ballet. I can't wait to see more performances from them on your Feel Good Breakfast show. For now, though, it's just gone at the top of the hour. It is 7 o'clock. Let's check in with your national news headlines. And we get started here, where the mayor of the Umgeni local municipality, Chris Pappas, has stated that suspected game poachers caused the wildfire that claimed the lives of 3 volunteer firefighters in Boston, KwaZulu-Natal Midlands. Another 5 firefighters sustained serious burns over the past week. 7 other individuals have also lost their lives in wildfires in northern KwaZulu-Natal. Now, more than 14,000 hectares of grazing land have been destroyed by the fires, with 1,600 animals lost. Pappas is urging residents to remain vigilant, especially as windy and dry conditions persist. Now, Energy Minister Khotsienso Ramokgopa has announced that the government will proceed with the procurement of nuclear energy to address the country's energy crisis. This decision comes despite previous opposition to the high procurement costs associated with agreements from Russia during the Jacob Zuma administration. Ramokgopa made these remarks to the media during the 2-day cabinet lekgotla held over the weekend at the Presidential Guest House in Pretoria. Now, he clarified that while the previous procurement plan was for 9,000 megawatts, the current proposal is scaled down to 2,500 megawatts. Moving on to international news, where authorities in Gaza say 141 Palestinians have been killed in Israeli airstrikes since Saturday, while some 400 have been injured. One of the airstrikes hit a designated humanitarian zone in the Al-Mawasi area near Khan Yunis. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said the attack was targeting senior Hamas leader Mohammed Deif and that there was no certainty that he had been killed. Reports say 17 people had also been killed in a second Israeli strike on Saturday. Now, the Israeli military has not yet commented on this claim. 22 children lost their lives and at least 132 others were injured when Saint Academy, a school in Nigeria's Central Plateau state capital, Jos, collapsed during class on Friday morning. The incident left students trapped under debris as volunteers worked tirelessly, using excavators, hammers, and their bare hands to rescue those in peril. Now, the government has launched an investigation attributing the collapse to the school's weak structure and its unsafe proximity to a riverbank. Authorities have advised immediate closure of other schools facing similar structural concerns as a precautionary measure. Now, for this hour, we close off with a bit of a feel-good story. Now, with hopes of a love match leading to a breeding success, 2 of the world's most endangered parrots, the dazzling red-fronted macaws, have found a new home in Twycross Zoo in Leicester, England. Now, this charming duo, with fewer than 300 remaining in the wild, hails from the rugged semi-desert of Bolivia. The macaws, known for their vivid red foreheads and striking blue-green tails, were donated by the Welsh Mountain Zoo and Edinburgh Zoo as part of the European Conservation Initiative. Now, Rhys McKee, Twycross's assistant bird curator, celebrated their arrival as a heartfelt reunion. Now, let's keep our fingers crossed that these 2 magnificent birds fall in love and help secure a brighter future for their species. Some feel-good news. We hope the same for sports. Here's Graham with your latest.
Oh, Carissa, thank you so much for filling the cup back up. I hate to say it, but a pretty heartbreaking weekend of sport for many. Let's start with Euros. In a thrilling Euro 2024 final, substitute Mikel Oyarzabal scored a late winner to propel Spain to a, I think, much-deserved 2-1 victory over England. So Spain overcame the loss of midfielder Rodri, a key one, to injury at halftime, and then they took the lead. Looked like a different team in that second half, and through Nico Williams with an absolute brilliant screamer, assisted by Lamine Yamal. Then England equalised with a goal from Cole Palmer as he was brought on, but Oyarzabal sealed Spain's triumph with a decisive strike in the 86th minute, securing their 4th European Championship title and 3rd in the last 5 editions, but certainly the form team in this year's competition. Now let's turn to rugby. We now know what it feels like on the 1-point line in a thrilling conclusion on Saturday night in Durban. Ireland's fullback, Kieran Frawley, he delivered a monumental drop goal on the hooter, securing a dramatic 25-24 victory over the Springboks. So Frawley coming on as a replacement kicked 2 crucial drop goals, in fact, to settle a contentious and very hard-fought match, now levelling the Test series at 1 apiece. But you've got to doff our caps to Ireland. They certainly found another gear. Now let's turn to tennis, and great news from a South African perspective, as our very own Kgotatso Mojane has done it again alongside Japan's Yui Kimiji, clinching the Wimbledon wheelchair women's doubles title, defeating the Dutch pair of Dede de Groot and Jiska Griffioen 6-4, 6-4. So Mojane and Kimiji, the silver finalists in 2023, claimed the title without dropping a set, finishing the final in 1 hour and 33 minutes. And this marks Mojane's 3rd Grand Slam doubles title and her first at Wimbledon. We know her well on the show. Congratulations, my friend. Now, looking at the men's draw that came to a close yesterday, Carlos Alcaraz was, speaking of a different gear, on a different level. He overpowered 7-time champion Novak Djokovic in straight sets to retain his Wimbledon title, signaling what many are calling is a new era in men's tennis. So the Spanish 3rd seed won 6-2, 6-2, 7-6, capturing the 4th Grand Slam of his career now. Then in the women's singles draw, Czech Republic's Barbora Krejcikova, she claimed her 2nd Grand Slam title by defeating Italy's Jasmine Paolini 6-2, 2-6 and 6-4, now adding the Wimbledon crown to a 2021 French Open victory. Many more to come looking at that performance. But that's where we leave our sport for now. Heading back to work, well, I suppose the roads become that much more important. Let's see how the traffic is looking.
Thank you so much, G-Man. Yes, many of you heading on the roads this morning, so let's see how we can assist you. And let's move to Gauteng, Germiston. Now, there's been an accident on the N3 southbound, and this after Ilan's interchange. Now, again, if you can see from the visuals, the right lane is closed and delays are expected, and recovery is currently in process. So if you are passing through the area, approach with a caution. And we carry on with the rest of the headlines right now when it comes to traffic. We're going to stick to Gauteng and go to Pretoria now. There's congestion on the N4 westbound, and this is before Proefplaas interchange. Now, again, traffic is slow moving, and as you can see from the visuals, you need to allow for more added travel time when passing through. And I think a reminder for everybody heading on the roads this morning, buckle up, stay safe, and plan accordingly. We now head to the world of weather. Let's see what's happening from the skies. Reporting on all things weather right now, and after multiple severe weather warnings each day last week, the SA Weather Service has issued none for today. But meanwhile, the Western Cape has asked the National Disaster Risk Management Centre to declare the week's extreme weather a provincial disaster. Now, Environmental Affairs and Development Planning MEC Anton Bredal says they have a huge humanitarian situation to deal with. Now, at least 100,000 people in the city of Cape Town are affected, while some 33,000 structures are damaged. Now, further inland, the town of Citrusdal is cut off from the rest of the province. And moreover, the Water and Sanitation Department has reported that dam and river levels continue to rise. Now, the Clan William Dam in the Olifantsrivier, the Floriskraal Dam in Laingsburg, and the Bergrivier Dam are already filled to capacity, with the Teerwaterskloof and Volvlei dams not far from 100%. Well, from our weather news, we dive into one of the favorite parts of the morning, and that's our sunrise view of the hour. And check this one out, sent in by Naomi, all the way from Mossel Bay, and an incredible shot being shared here. I love how she's caught this moment of the sun rising, and this, I think, is that moment before the sun even rises above the horizon, and it just gives you that pre-burn effect, just glowing up the clouds and giving that bright amber. I love it, and I'm so grateful for this shot. What an absolute winner. We've got one more edition to go through in the next hour, so bring it on, Mzansi. See if you can beat that one from Mossel Bay. The number's 063-408-8863. And speaking of temperatures and conditions, let's see what you can expect on your side of town.
Hopefully it is going to be a beautiful day regardless of the weather, and we're going to keep you indoors today. And certainly for the next couple of hours, because we have got an unbelievable entertainment lineup coming your way. On the stage right now is an SAIBC competitor all the way from America to perform a dance, just a little piece for you right now to give you a taste of what you can expect on their stage. Take it away.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We're in hour 2 and we still have so much coming your way. Now, in lieu of Mandela Day happening this Thursday, the 18th of July, also take note that it's coming soon, we're all encouraged to dedicate 67 minutes of our time to make a positive impact in our communities. Now, whether through volunteering, acts of kindness, or even charitable donations, these moments, of course, embody Mandela's belief in the power of individuals to change the world for the better. Two of these individuals that we want to highlight today and speak about how they do just that is our beloved Jenny Morris and also Frida Pillivan, who joins us from the Salesian Institute. I feel like I didn't get that.
Well, luckily, we are right by the source.
Please, Frida.
Salesian, Frida, thank you so much.
Salesian
Now,
Institute.
I love it. So it begs the question, because I can get an energetic vibe while you guys just gel together. And I think we all speak the same language in terms of how we know just a little act of kindness, a little bit of love can go a very long way, not just on Mandela Day. So talk to us about your journey. How does your organization tie in with what's happening here?
Okay, so the Salesian Institute Youth Project is an NGO. We was formed in 1910 already.
Wow.
And it's due to a vision that Saint Don Bosco had in Italy in the 1800s. He wanted to look after at-risk youth and he wanted to give them a future. So they brought the whole movement to Cape Town in 1910 and we've been operating ever since in Greenpoint.
Bless you.
Yes, so we do skills development training to youth at risk in and around Cape Town. We provide them with the necessary education and skills so that they can become productive citizens and independent, upright citizens.
And the wheel can turn.
Absolutely.
I love that.
I was going to ask you why you focus on the youth in particular, but I mean, looking at the harrowing facts like our unemployment rate, it makes sense. Is there a reason why you specifically are drawn to the youth and helping them out?
Yeah, so the youth, especially in Cape Town and South Africa, is really at risk. And our needs, especially our youth between the ages of 18 and 26, they are struggling. We are dealing with youth that has trauma on a daily basis. They live in poverty. They resort to crime and drug abuse and gangsterism. And we want to give them an alternative. And we give that through our skills development training programs, providing them skills that prepare them for the world of work.
Yeah,
so that they can,
the real world.
Yes, so that they can become independent.
And so often we miss the notion. It can be academic, yes, that is one pillar, but it's the social interaction and it's the understanding of self that's only gained through engagements with other people. And unless those engagements, like you say, offset the trauma on the other side of that seesaw, you're not going to see a positive shift. Jenny, I think very often we think we've got to do something outside of our field to help. We've got to go and become a social worker, start an NGO, get a trust, do something. Often all you need to do is just do what you do, but for someone else. How did you get involved?
Well, I've had the Jenny Morris Mandela's Soul Food Kitchen for years now. And for me, I wouldn't have been able to do it without people like Peninsula Beverages and Blue Ribbon, because they help us to feed. And it's one day of the year where you can actually make people aware, because we get on with our life and sometimes we tend to forget, but it's one day where everybody comes together, corporates come together. It doesn't matter whether it's this bank or that bank, they don't care anymore.
It's plug and play.
It's just plug and play and everybody comes to the party. And Salesians, for me, I have one of the students and I've had him for 2.5 years. I saw you got a little bit emotional earlier and I get emotional when I think about it, because these kids need that opportunity. And what they do at Salesians is they bring them to school, they take them home, they feed them 3 times a day. And that takes money, and that's why we need funds. We need funds, we need help, darlings. And I'm being dead serious. So what I need for now is, on my day, you know what? 60 people can get on the red bus, that hop on, hop off sightseeing bus. We're going to leave from, I think it's Waterford Place in Century City.
Okay.
And we're going to take the students on that bus, and we're going to stop at the Fountains Hotel. So anybody that is working in town can get on that bus with us and come to Salesians, and I want you to bring the biggest bag of veggies, darling. I want, really, and sandwich fillings. And we're going to make soup. And our aim is a minimum of 6,000 sandwiches. We've got bread for 6,000 sandwiches. And we're hoping to hit 8,000. We did so well last year, and we fed people in the street. And then the Salesians put all of those thousands of litres of soup onto their bus and went into the communities of where those children come from and fed people from there. So we need you.
And the crazy thing is often, and it's heartbreaking to go through that process, but generally a soup kitchen like that, that's the only meal those people will get that week, maybe 2-3 weeks. That's the only cooked meal they'll get. Why do people need to get behind what you're doing, Frida?
So we're an NGO. We fundraise to sustain our 4 programs, 4 major programs, and one of them is the Learn to Live School of Skills. So we need funding, we need people to support us, we need people to provide employment opportunities for our learners. We honestly need the community of Cape Town to come and support us on that day so that we can give back. We're not just the organizations that take, we also give back.
I love it. The cycle can continue.
Beautiful work, yes, and so inspiring as well. Frida, thank you for joining us, and we wish you all the best on the 18th of July. You too, Jenny, doing what you do best, and I know you're going to head to the kitchen now. You and Raul are going to cook up something delicious. Warming soup for this winter day. Let's go.
Absolutely can't wait for that date, the 18th of July. We have every reason to get involved, and especially with it being Mandela Month, this is the time for us to celebrate his legacy of compassion and unity. And I think this is also an easy way to offer your 67 minutes of service, and those are in ways to contribute something as simple as maybe a comforting, hearty vegetable soup, right? Well, say no more. We're going to do exactly that. We're going to get Jenny Morris in here, joining us in the kitchen to make something that is simple yet nourishing. And it's a dish that not only warms the body, but I think it also embodies that spirit of Ubuntu. So we heard the incredible conversation, but let's get the beautiful lady in the kitchen to finish off with all the magic. How are you today, Jenny?
Collie, look what I got. Collie soup.
Are you good? I absolutely love this initiative that you're doing. Thank you so much for sharing your ever incredible talents, and I'm grateful for it. So this is exciting stuff. 18th of July is going to be good.
Absolutely.
Let's give Mzansi a reason to actually get involved in something of their own. They can even maybe replicate this at home and share it with their community and those that are in need. So how are we putting this one together? Because it looks like we've got bright, good colors, which is always a yay for me. It means we're eating the rainbow, I like to say. So that means the nutrition box is ticked.
But if you can get my stove on for me...
Let me turn it on for you, my lady. All right, I'll get that going. What are you up to on your side in the meantime?
Well, I'm going to do a beautiful veggie soup. You know, soup is sustenance. Soup is just so very, very nourishing.
Yes.
And this one's it's so easy. So we've got some onions in there. And I'm going, oh, look at darling, you turned it on.
It's a Monday, that's what I'm here for, at your service.
Girls, I ain't sharing him with you.
Listen, if you do make this meal, though, there'll be a lot more to share, though. So make sure you head over to our website to get the inspiration on this one. And while Jenny puts this together, a reminder, because a lot of people need to know from the beginning how to get this right. So I did put the pan or the pot on. Is it hot? Are we simmering this? How are we working
Well,
it?
we don't want to more like a saute, nice and slow. You can see that your onion is going nicely. I'd like you to stir this for me,
At your
Riley.
service, like I said.
There we go.
Got you,
You're
I got
always
you.
at my
What are you going to
service.
get up to on your side?
On my side, I'm going to put some cauliflower
Nice.
into this. And this goes in right at the end because that thickens your soup.
Okay.
And we're going to put, that's looking good.
It is, and it's smelling incredible already.
Smelling good. Now, I've got some chicken broth. You can use veggie broth. It's up to you. If you want to do like a vegan style, you can use vegetable broth. You could use soya milk or oat milk or whatever it is.
Okay.
And that you prefer.
All right.
So now you're going to get that going nicely. I'm going to stir this, and you're going to puree my cauliflower.
All right, let's do it.
Are you going to
And
do
I like,
that?
Yeah, I like the fact that we're getting 2 real good ingredients in this. The fact that we'll be using cauliflower in some of our recipes already, it gives that like hearty creaminess. It puts the meal together in such a healthy way. Whoa!
Whoops, you make me
is this the effect I have on you, Jen?
It always has that effect on me. All right, you go this side, I'm going that side.
All right, you go there. Let me
There we
get
go.
onto the power tools over here. And excuse the noise. Let me just make some for you. Whoa.
And you get a little bit of clover. Clover makes it creamy.
All right, pop some of that good stuff in there, please.
I'm using a bit of milk
Okay.
with my soup because this makes it really, really nice and creamy and not too rich. You could stir a bit of fresh cream in at the end.
Yeah, and I love that you're using that because it's something that always, like I said, brings things together. Our main ingredient here, like you've just seen now, is obviously the clover fresh milk. And another cool thing that's happening is that we're actually celebrating the 125-year mark. That's 125 years of remarkable sips and pours. I can't believe it. Over a century. And as a proudly South African brand, you'll find these limited edition heritage packs on shelves. Now, the best part of everything out here is that every Clover Heritage fresh milk purchased means that Clover is going to donate 20 cents towards various community projects. So this is incredible, not only just making a meal, but if you use Clover's fresh milk right here, then it's going a step further, adding to that sentiment, which I think is Mandela Month, and really going a step further. So I absolutely love this. I'm going to make some noise quickly while I get this mixed up. Yes, that is looking good. Right. Now, Jenny, this happens quite a bit, and I think we mustn't fret too much, but often when you try and blend these things, you don't always get the blade to hit all the parts of it. So I find just shaking it up and then going again really works. You know, just really works.
Just a shaker. He's a shaker, a mover and a shaker, my boy. Perfect.
Okay, that looks good.
Just
Made
look
enough noise?
at my polio, darling. You can never make enough noise for me. Come and have a look here. I'm going to taste my zoop. Well, gone.
Is that a yay from you?
That
Yes.
is such a yay from me, and it's going to be
Nice.
a big yay from you.
Well, I must say that the consistency of this looks like it's just going to be an absolute
delicious.
win. Do you want it more fine than that, or are you happy?
No, I'm so happy with this. Look at that.
So cool.
And it's as simple as that. 1, 2, 3.
I am blown away. How they came together, obviously, don't forget we used that hero ingredient to kind of just add that little creaminess. But ExpressoShot.com, if you want this recipe, if you want this inspiration, if you want to get involved in some of the magic happening, 18th of July, you've heard that conversation. So let's get involved. Another incredible initiative coming from Jenny Morris, using your talents for the greater good. I'm grateful for you. I really am. Thank you.
I'm so grateful for you too, my baby.
And a reminder to you as well, Mzansi, whether it's through acts of service and by maybe purchasing your Clover Heritage Fresh Milk, we can encourage you to get involved in this Mandela Month and keep the legacy going. And if you do plan to do this recipe, to serve a community near you. Now, you can head over to ExpressoShot.com to get this full recipe, make the biggest batch you can, and then send it out to the world with extra love.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and we are feeling everything good today because it's Monday, it's the start of a brand new week, and it's also time to dive into the world of entertainment news. Now, we got to catch up with our favorite celebrities and people that have rose to fame over the past while. One person in particular that I want to highlight is a woman by the name of Gypsy Rose Blanchard. Now, she is an interesting character. There have been many movies around this phenomenon that she experienced, and it's called Munchausen, where basically your parent, guardian, whoever it is, makes you believe that you are ill, but she wasn't really ill, right?
Ooh.
Her mother then died, and people kind of thought maybe she was the person that killed her mom. And then she was sentenced to 10 years in jail.
Whoa.
Lots happened in that time. She was let out, I think, 2 years early, but she met a man. And they became pen pals, and they wrote for a while back and forth. It was really beautiful.
While she was in
Yes, while she was in prison. His name is
Okay.
Ken,
Ooh,
you know,
okay.
a Barbie and a Ken romance. Beautiful.
Ken.
And then what
Wow.
happened, they also broke up. And then she got married to another person, named Ken. And then what had happened, you know, things developed, and now the man and her split up. They're not married anymore, and she's gone back to her first love. Look at that.
So is this the first love or
The first one. She went back to the first one named Ryan. Yeah, it's Ken, actually. Anyway, and Ken and Ryan are in the mix. The point is, there's baby mama drama because now she's pregnant, and people are like, who is the father?
Has she said? Has she announced?
He
who it
said the
is?
father is definitely, it's a clean cut. It is her current person, not an
Okay.
ex, because they are divorced. They're clean, they're not together anymore. I don't know. I say some foul play is going on between the two of them. Gypsy Rose is somebody that we got to keep an eye on because she has got a documentary coming up. So I think it's a tell-all. We're going to see everything unfolded, and of course that paternity test is going to be asked.
It will be streamed. Oh no, we love it. We love stepping into other people's crazy lives. For me, obviously, there is one particular person that I've seen tracking on the entertainment front a little bit now because it kind of dips into the sporting space just a little bit. Please tell me it's true. Is Serena on her way back?
We hope so. We really hope so. She had an interview with Vanity Fair, and they got speaking a little bit, and she left a comment, and basically, we know she has an illustrious career when it comes to tennis. Can I say she's the best female tennis player of all time?
Yeah, I think
Am I allowed to say
it would
that?
be very difficult to prove you wrong,
Exactly.
is what I would say.
23 Grand Slams behind her name. She's now 42 years old. And she said before that she's completely retired. But then she said, I miss the sport. I'm seeing Wimbledon happen. I'm seeing the excitement go down. And maybe I should make a bit of a comeback.
Yes.
Which we hope. I mean, she's been playing tennis since she was 4 years old.
And Jim, and listen, you believe her, right? Because I believe she can still show up and
But this
do
is
her
what I was
thing,
saying,
man.
like they exist in another realm of ability, of mental strength, of physical ability. Like, and I'll put Djokovic and the rest of them in that same sphere. Do not count them out because of age, ever. They exist in their own kind of lane, and I think we need to be hyper aware of that.
If I was playing tennis right now on that circuit, I'd be scared of this. I'd be like, no, please say it isn't so.
I got to watch Venus and Serena play an exhibition match, and I still struggle to fall asleep listening to the sound of Serena's serve hitting the backboard. This boom, boom, and the whole stadium literally
reverberating.
Going, yeah, different level of power.
Incredible. Well, we hope that 2024, maybe 2025 is going to see the return of a great. Speaking about greats and speaking about sports, I don't know if you know him, John Cena. We can't see him, but he said that, you know, to a sport that's really put me on the map. He also has won many world champion titles in that space as well. He's also going to hang up his belt. Is that what you say in wrestling? And say, WWE, I am done. I'm retiring from next year. I'm going to do a couple of things in between 30 to 40 dates throughout 2025, just as an end to his wrestling career, but he's done.
It's impressive that the man is still being able to do all this while he's still like acting on Hollywood and doing crazy
full contact gymnastics is what I call it. Like it's a level of physicality that few of us can understand. And bearing in mind, they start at like 135 kilograms and up.
And up.
So it's different level. But it makes me. How is he do like 30 or 40 of these?
Insane.
I'm just going to throw in just a few.
That's
to
not
do it.
casual,
Incredible, man.
He
We're
acts
gonna
like
miss
it's
you,
casual.
guy.
It's insane. We love him in the movie, so we hope he continues there. And to end
Yeah,
off with a bit of a local story, I love this one. Uncle Wapple's baby.
Yeah.
Now, she has been incredible, you know, being on the world stage. I saw she was also at Wireless, the only Amapiano act this weekend, which was incredible. And she got a co-sign from Drake not too long ago. And you know, when Drake co-signs you, you're definitely on your way up. And she's going to do a performance in his hometown, of course, Canada. And to announce the tour, the DJ paid homage to him and did a really cool photo shoot, kind of replicating his 8th studio album. Look at that. I love her so much. She's just so playful, man. Like, she doesn't take anything too seriously. And the album For the Dogs was, of course, inspired here. And it's definitely all around just Uncle Waffles taking over, I would say, the same way Champagne Puppy has. And I can't wait to see it.
You know, people are looking for that filter now. They're like, where's it?
It was really cool to see the conversation, the banter they had online, though. Like,
Yeah.
there's just so much love being shared. The comments, everybody's absolutely here for it. So I'm here for all the success. success again for all our South Africans doing the most internationally. We see you, we're proud of you, and keep doing it then. Keep flying our flag absolutely high. We love it.
Oh, man, we absolutely love it indeed. Now, of course, it does help if you've got the right tech in your corner, if you're out there content creating, and the revolutionary impact of mobile devices lies in their ability to transform those everyday mundane tasks into opportunities for creativity, for connection, and of course, continuous improvement at the rate of AI. Now, Kuhle joins the amazing Samsung team for the launch of their incredible new Galaxy Z Flip 6. It is here, and the Fold 6, to show us exactly why this is a must-have device to uplift our lives. Everything.
Yes.
Today, we take a leap forward in design and functionality as we unveil the new Galaxy Flip and Fold 6. We invite you to experience the future of mobile technology, where innovation shines through in every flip and fold. Justin, we are here to witness the unveiling of the new Galaxy Z Flip 6 and Fold 6. What an exciting time. What are the key differences in the devices that we unpack today compared to the previous generation of the Galaxy Z series?
I think the true power of what's been presented today is Galaxy AI coming onto the Z Fold 6, the Z Flip 6, and not only that, but the integration of that AI capability onto the watch series and into the buds, and linking all this back to applications like Samsung Health. I mean, that was a game changer. Even I was surprised by just how deep that goes.
AI essentially is about multitasking. It's about creating productivity and creativity. On the Buds 3, we've got using Galaxy AI within the live translate. It's called listening mode. This simply means that you can have your buds in your ear and you're able to get the translation directly. And this makes it so much easier to use an ecosystem when all things are so seamlessly and beautifully blended.
Galaxy AI is absolutely unmatched, out of this world. And just the ability and the intuitive nature that comes with these products truly makes life so much easier. The Galaxy AI allowing you to just like circle any item to search, that is brilliant and so easy and convenient. Khumutso, I am always excited to see you because I know we are always unpacking something new and exciting. Walk us through some of the key features that are different compared to the previous Galaxy Z series.
Key to note is that it's lighter and it's thinner, and I think that this makes a huge difference on pocketability and when it can go into your pocket or your bag. But also for the first time on the Z Flip 6, we've got a vapor cooling chamber that we've had on the S24 series and most of the S series, which means that it basically works a little bit harder without getting hotter.
There are so many exciting hardware improvements that I've seen, which I really like. Samsung are the leaders when it comes to foldable technology, especially foldable screens. They've made that screen thinner but more durable, which is very important. And because of that, you can see that the phone is a lot more sturdy and a lot more thinner. When I'm holding it in my hand, it feels like an actual full phone that you can flip out into a bigger tablet, which is wild to me.
I had an opportunity to interact with the flip phone within the Z series, and one of my favorite features that I got to really try out is the doodle feature. It's an AI feature where you get to sketch anything, and then it gives you options of different elements that you can basically convert your sketch into a professional work of art that you can frame and hang on your wall. I definitely think that my firstborn son would absolutely love this feature.
My favorite feature on the Galaxy Z Flip 6 is actually the AI camera. It's so intelligent. I'm just about to show you now. You move back, and actually you don't even have to press anything. You just raise your hand, and it counts down. 3, 2, 1. Again. Cheese. Actually, let's move a little bit back and see what the AI camera does.
All right.
Okay? Cool. It adds a little bit more of the room. How amazing. You can lift your hand.
Stunning.
Both devices have Pro Visual Engine, but on the Flip 6 specifically, we've got a big upgrade that's now 50 megapixel ultra wide, essentially powered by the Pro Visual with AI functionalities. And this gives the Flip 6 a true Samsung flagship camera experience.
Samsung have been really smart when they've developed foldable technology when it comes to both the Z Fold and the Z Flip 6. What they've done is they've made the folding an integral part of how you use the device. So for instance, when you use the Z Flip 6, you can then prop it up and use it as a camera and frame yourself with it. You can even use that display on the front of the phone to display things like an AI, for instance. And when it comes to the Z Fold 6, you can open up the screen and use it as a full tablet. Google was on stage and explaining how Google Gemini and Circle to Search is really optimized for having such a wide screen. So your productivity is going to be on a completely other level.
I'm pretty sure everyone is wondering right now if, when will we have these devices available in store and any special, something for the consumers?
We always have a special something for the consumers. Basically, they are available to pre-order now. So if you go on Samsung.com, ZA, you should be able to pre-order. And if you've got a phone in good working condition, T's and C's apply, we might be able to take you all the way up to 15,000 rands in trade-in value and a 2,000 rand voucher for you to be able to purchase your Galaxy accessory.
As we conclude this momentous launch with Samsung, we now understand why it's so important to have a mobile device that offers both innovation and versatility. So thank you for joining me on this journey into the future.
As easy as that. Content creators, we've got a new weapon in our arsenal. Absolutely love it. Kutlet, thank you so much for taking us through that very FOMO-rich journey.
Yes, absolutely. Well, listen, we have so much coming your way on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Speaking about kitchen goodness, well, we're going to find out about the master-curated recipes that are going to be put together by Shajara Restaurant. I can't wait to get into that.
Yeah, can't wait for that. And speaking of goodness, we've got entertainment boxes that are bringing you so much goodness this morning. We've got Parklands College coming through. They are doing the most, giving us a jazz experience ahead of the Wizard of Oz production. Yeah, you heard correctly. We're going to take you all the way to the end of that yellow brick road just around the corner. Don't go anyway. See you after this.
There are stories of dreamers, and we're inspired by them all. We invite you to write your story with us. Your story matters. Absa.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Oh, yes, welcome back. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, opening up right here on S3 and maybe opening up to some great conversation, because I think it's about that time, yes, people, to spill the beans and watch as authenticity becomes your superpower this week.
Ooh, wow.
It's time to spill the beans.
Okay,
Yes,
so this
please.
morning, we are going to fill ourselves with coffee as we do, and we've made ourselves the Jacobs Barista Edition Italiano Crema, a premium coffee experience characterized by the quality and the finest craftsmanship to start off your morning, which is what we need. So I'm just searching for traditional Peruvian food here because I need to find out the name of something. So we're going to have a little bit of fun this morning. There are some avenues in life that we have realized we should not have ventured down. This job kind of throws a lot of those at us. Then there are those weird and wonderful moments that have been interestingly just so good and unexpected. What's the weirdest thing you've ever eaten or drank and actually enjoyed unexpectedly?
So eaten or drank?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I feel like you have like an option for each.
Yeah.
You do?
Or both together, like a worm
like a
inside a
combination.
particular
Wait a
bottle
minute.
of something.
Oh.
But that's a yes already.
That's me every Saturday.
Listen, I must say, I got an experience. I was just thinking about that now. I got an experience to have an alternate protein source, and it came in the form of worms, crickets,
for sure.
bugs,
Yeah, we did
beetles.
that on the show, yeah.
I thought it was actually delicious. It was like this weird sort of a biltongy taste with a crunch to it. I thought insects were going to be disgusting.
Yeah.
Guys, it wasn't that bad. I'm going to be honest.
What would you compare it to? Chicken? No.
No, grits.
Everything to chicken.
Grits.
Yeah, I think like grits, like a dry biscuit with flavor type of thing.
Very heavily fried anything, pretty much.
When I think about the South African tongue, I think that we've been pushed when it comes to our limits of what we eat. Because we really look at an animal and say, every single bit of you is going to be ingested, right? From kids and cookies, trotters, right? To even things like chicken feet, to liver, intestines, like we
eyes,
really don't hold back.
brains,
Smileys, like, I'm okay with that. I'm open to all of it. Like, bring it on.
What do you think is the weirdest thing that you've eaten? Hey?
Have you had an eye? Like
I had a fish eye. Is that weird, though?
It is quite weird. It is quite
very
weird. I'll
weird.
put it up there. Brain I've had, which is quite
Is it
strange.
good?
I quite enjoyed it.
Like chicken?
For me, we eat a lot of tripe in this country, but when you see the way the tripe is prepared for the 12 hours beforehand, I never thought that I would like it at all. Absolutely loved it.
It's the way it's
amazing.
flavored.
Yeah, we've got an amazing kitchen team who do it well.
That's true.
Which makes a really big difference. But let's see what has blown y'all mind on the palate.
Tasviad Wesley says, hi, Expresso Familia. Well, I'm going to have to say having mint in my tea. It was just a weird combination for me. Is it just me or is it weird? It's not weird at all.
I love
you can
mint
actually, you can buy it. You can
Yeah.
buy it as is, which means it's not too weird.
Sounds amazing, actually. You can definitely add mint to a lot of things.
It's great,
It's gonna
yeah, the mint
elevate
tea
it.
is lovely, yeah.
I love it.
Not
It's
weird
good for
at all.
bloating as well. Well, Josephine Pickstone said, the weirdest thing I've drank is a bukom water. It just tastes horrible.
Ooh, I'm just,
Okay.
yeah, that wouldn't work, actually. I'm just thinking, like...
I've had a few moments on the show drinking such things and tasting such things. Not always with the best result. Let's see what else y'all had to say. Caleb saying, I'd say zebra biltong, lol. I mean, how else do you comment after zebra biltong, lol?
I don't know what to say.
Mind-blowing.
Do you think it tastes more like a dark meat or a white meat?
I thought you were going to say, does it taste more like horse or like, I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, I also don't
because
know
I
beyond
haven't,
that.
okay?
That's wild.
Crazy, okay.
Interesting.
Utesha says, Utesha Test September says, good morning. When I was pregnant, rice mixed with peanut butter was yummy, but now it looks so weird.
Yeah, those pregnancy cravings
That's
get
an interesting one.
It's the pregnancy
Some
card.
people eat chalk. Have you ever
Chalk?
seen that?
I've had soil and sand a lot
Soil
of the time,
as
like
well.
iron or something.
I remembered I have had, what is this called? Frog legs?
Oh, yeah,
I've
yeah.
eaten frog legs. Those are delicious.
Yeah, I'll smash a frog.
Where does one
Yeah.
procure frog legs?
France,
From a
I'm going to say. In France.
Or a pond in your backyard. I don't know how sick that is.
Man, has anyone eaten a spider? I want to know someone who's eaten a tarantula. I'm not saying that any of these things you should be eating.
In our sleep many times,
You
yeah.
can. I love it, man. Spilling the beans first thing on a Monday morning makes you realize that the morning sun may energize the day. You've got to get that first blast of light. But of course, coffee fuels the soul, and it doesn't matter what time of the day. And speaking of fueling the soul, Jacobs are giving you guys the chance to win their delicious coffee beans with a Philips coffee machine valued at 1,000 rand.
Jeez. All you have to do is simply tell us how a cup of Jacob's Kroning essay gives you the courage to step into a new day and crush your goals.
Yeah, it's so easy. And reply to the competition question on the Expresso Facebook, Instagram, and X pages using the important hashtag with Jacobs in your response. Now, a reminder, the competition closes 19th of July 2024, and your T's and C's do apply. Cheers.
Find your wonderful. Jacobs, wunderbar.
Well, from great conversations, let's dive into some inspiration because we're heading over to Shajara restaurant. Now, every dish begins with a burst of inspiration. Now, meticulously planned and crafted, I think it's about time for us to get ready to take a look at how the chefs brainstorm vibrant recipes and bring their visions to life, shaping these masterpieces, all with the Bic 4 color pen. Check it out.
I'm Yumna, owner and founder of Shajara. Starting my own business, I found that one of the biggest challenges was getting the right suppliers in terms of your meat supply, quality supply of your meat, of your vegetables, and costing is everything. Your markup on your food margin is really low. Finding the correct suppliers so that you can have the correct pricing, and make the best profits.
I am Namza Mushulani. I am the head chef at Shajara. We make all different types of curries, samosas, and large range of pastries, and also we do cater for vegans. I come up with new dishes by trying all different type of spices, new spices, and also playing around with some old traditional recipes.
I'm Yusuf Garodia. I'm a waiter here at Shajara restaurant, and this is my mom's establishment. As a waiter in the service industry, I think that the most challenging aspect of the job is communication and ensuring that communication is streamlined. You have to make sure that the customer's order or the guest's order is correct because that's ideally what they're coming to experience, the food, the experience, and making sure that they get the correct order as well.
Communication between the customer and the waiter to the kitchen can sometimes be challenging, and that's why we find that the Bic pen works so well because you can color code things and it helps keep you much more organized.
I use the Bic pen when I'm writing my recipes and also making notes in the kitchen, and also to scratch off the order when I'm done making it.
For example, if a customer wants extra cheese on their sandwich or their burger or extra pickles, we can then signal the kitchen with the color red to add or remove that specific item. It's a streamlined communication process and it really helps us achieve a stronger output and guest experience.
I use the black one when I'm writing my recipes, and also I use the blue one when I'm doing my kitchen checklists. For me, it's like an all-in-one pen than to having 4 different types of pen. I have all in one.
I find when you run your own business, keeping on top of everything and making is organization. You do a lot of note-taking. It helps a lot, so I keep my diary, and you have a black color for indicating that you've taken an order, and then you have blue to say that the order's completed or this still needs to be done, green when it's done, and red when you owe lots of money. so it does work.
What I love about Shajara is the food, and my favorite is definitely the burger.
I really enjoy working for my mom and in this restaurant. It provides a sense of longevity for our family, for our values, and it brings us closer together as a family. I think one of the most important elements to us as my mom and myself is family values. And it really comes through that we're working together, we're creating an experience for guests, and we're also creating happiness through food. It's really inspiring, and it's given me the drive to open up my own business one day. Watch this space.
The one thing that holds people back when you want to do your own business or open up your own business is fear. So my advice to someone would be that You know, don't be afraid of the challenges. Just get through it. Trust the process and trust yourself. You can do it. Anything's possible.
Man, I love that. It sure is possible. And I'm hoping that we'll get a taste of everything to do with Shajara very soon.
Yeah, I love the fact that they are preparing so well. You know that saying, failure to prepare is preparing to fail? Well, they definitely haven't done that. They've done so much. And I can't wait to actually tuck into that. So adding that to the bucket list, I think, is a must. We've got a lot to look forward to. There's a lot standing by right now. We've got an exciting moment heading out your way, Mzansi. But before we even talk about it, let's just take a little breather.
You are not wrong, my friend Ryle. You are not wrong. The incredible Parklands College Jazz Band is here ahead of their Wizard of Oz production. We're going to bring you some of the mentors, the plug-in, and then, of course, these incredibly talented young people behind us are going to make us feel very untalented with how amazing their performance is. And then ahead of Mandela Day, Food Forward SA have the most incredible internship opportunity for young South African, purpose-driven young South Africans. Stick around for that. We'll see you now.
Drained? Dehydrated? You have lost more than just fluid. Recover faster. Add Rehydrate, SA's #1 oral electrolyte mixture.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We are feeling the best right here, and you might feel even better after this. Well, listen, you've got to play Lotto today. It's a Monday. It could be a winning Monday. 450,000 Rand in total estimated jackpots might be coming your way.
Yeah, but if you want to get involved in this, then you have to play, and there are various ways to do it. So you can buy your tickets in-store, online, or on the nationallottery.co.za website, or you can dial the number *120 *7529 hash, and then follow the USSDs. It really is as simple as that. You've got so many options to do it. The real question is, what are you waiting for? There's a lot of money to be won. You're R500,000 Rand almost, and this could be all in your pockets. What would you do with all
My
that?
pockets too. There's so much I would do. I couldn't even think about it right now. 450,000 Rand could, of course, be yours, but you've got to play today. Go check out those details on our social platforms as Graham brings us our news.
Just a few moments, literally, before the top of the hour, let's bring you that 8 o'clock bulletin right now. And starting with an international connection, but rooted here in South Africa, International Relations Minister Ronald Lamola is scheduled to meet with his British counterpart in London tomorrow. This marks Lamola's first official engagement abroad since assuming office as Minister of International Relations and Cooperation. Lamola will also address members of the British community to commemorate South Africa's 30 years of democracy. Meanwhile, Lamola has expressed disappointment over the ongoing Israeli military action in Gaza. Recently, he led a South African delegation presenting the country's case against Israel at the International Court of Justice in The Hague. Now, the mayor of the Umgeni local municipality, Chris Pappas, has stated that suspected game poachers caused the wildfire that claimed the lives of 3 volunteer firefighters in Boston in KwaZulu-Natal's Midlands. Another 5 firefighters sustained serious burns as well. Over the past week, 7 other individuals have also lost their lives in wildfires in northern KwaZulu-Natal. More than 14,000 hectares of grazing land have been destroyed by the fires, with 1,600 animals lost as well. So a massive blow. Pappas is urging residents to remain vigilant, especially as windy and dry conditions persist as we speak. Now, casting a wider gaze on the international news front, the International Monetary Fund, or the IMF, has now slashed Botswana's 2024 growth forecast to just 1% from an earlier April estimate of 3.6%, due mainly to lower diamond production. So the IMF has urged the diamond-rich country to consider slowing down new infrastructure projects to help their economy through this phase. Lower consumer demand and global economic weakness has lowered the demand outlook for diamonds, traditionally seen as luxury items. Botswana gets between 30 to 40% of revenue and 75% of its foreign exchange earnings from diamond sales alone. Now, it's featured in the news already, so let's return there. Authorities in Gaza say 141 Palestinians have been killed in Israeli airstrikes since this past Saturday, while some 400 people have been injured. Now, one of the airstrikes hit a designated humanitarian zone in the Al-Mawasi area that's near Khan Yunis. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said the attack was targeting senior Hamas leader Mohammed Dief, and there was no certainty that he had been killed. Reports say 17 people had also been killed in a second Israeli strike on Saturday. The Israeli military has not yet commented on that claim. Now, it wasn't only Spain's Carlos Alcaraz who received huge applause for his magnificent win over Serbian all-time great Novak Djokovic at Wimbledon's world-famous centre court yesterday. Catherine, the Princess of Wales, attended the men's final as she continues her cancer recovery journey, receiving a standing ovation from the crowd and waving to the cheering centre court crowd as she took her seat. Obviously looking gorgeous as she does, wearing a purple dress. The 42-year-old princess was accompanied by her 9-year-old daughter, Charlotte. She presented the trophy to the winner and talked to players before the match as well. And she recently returned to the UK public life, attending a military parade in London last month after revealing her chemotherapy treatment. The princess has been the patron of the All England club since 2016. So lovely to see her out there, and quite a momentous time for the All English club as well. But that's where we leave our kind of sporting news headlines. Let's get into the real sporting headlines now with Ryle.
Oh yes, and for our final edition, let's dive into all things sport one last time. And working our way through, we're starting with football, and it was a thrilling Euro 2024 final where substitute Mikel Oyarzabal scored a late winner to propel Spain to a 2-1 victory over England. Now, Spain overcame the loss of midfielder Rodri to injury time at halftime and took the lead early in the second half through Nico Williams, assisted by Lamine Yamal. Now, England equalized with a goal from Cole Palmer, but Oyarzabal sealed Spain's triumph with a decisive strike in the 86th minute, securing their 4th European Championship title and 3rd in the last 5 editions. Well, moving from football to rugby right now, and in a thrilling conclusion on Saturday night in Durban, Ireland's fullback and a stalwart performance from Kieran Frawley, who delivered a monumental drop goal on the hooter, securing a dramatic 25-24 victory over the Springboks. Now, Frawley, coming on as a replacement, kicked 2 crucial drop goals to settle a contentious and hard-fought match, levelling the Test series at 1-1 apiece. Well, Wimbledon action did not disappoint this weekend, and when we move to tennis, South Africa's Hotatso Monjane and Japan's Yuhi Kamaji clinched the Wimbledon wheelchair women's doubles title, defeating the Dutch pair Diede de Groot and Jiske Griffoen 6-4, 6-4. Now, Monjane and Kamiji, silver finalists in 2023, claimed the title without dropping a set, finishing the final in 1 hour and 33 minutes. Now, this marks Monjane's third Grand Slam doubles title and her first to take place at Wimbledon. Well, sticking to all the tennis action that took place this weekend, Carlos Alcaraz overpowered 7-time champion Novak Djokovic in a straight sets to retain his Wimbledon title, signaling a new era in men's tennis. Now, the Spaniard's third seed win with a 6-2, 6-2, 7-6 victory, capturing the fourth Grand Slam of his career. And in the women's singles, Czech Republic's Barbara Krejcikova claimed her second Grand Slam title by defeating Italy's Yasmin Paolini 6-2, 2-6, and 6-4. Now, this adding the Wimbledon crown to a 2021 French Open victory. Well, that's all the sporting action we have for you. We'll do it all again tomorrow, but many of you heading out on the roads, and here's Carissa to see how she can serve you when it comes to all things traffic. Enjoy.
Thank you, Raul. Let's have a look at your roads for the final time this morning. Well, in Pretoria and Gauteng, there's been a fatal accident on the N4 inbound at Hatfield. Heavy delays are being experienced and recovery is in progress. So do make sure you use an alternative route and also exercise caution while driving. Sticking in Gauteng, we head to Germiston, where there's been a multi-vehicle accident on the N3 northbound after the N3 Elands interchange. Now, the right lane is closed and delays are, of course, expected. Avoid the affected area and drive carefully once you're out there. We move to Cape Town at the foreshore, where there is heavy congestion on the N1 inbound at Lower Church. Maintain a safe following distance and allow for added travel time. That's where we wrap up our roads for now. Let's have a look at your weather. Now, after multiple severe weather warnings each day last week, the South African Weather Service has issued none for today. Meanwhile, the Western Cape has asked for the National Disaster Risk Management Centre to declare the week's extreme weather a provincial disaster. Environmental Affairs and Development Planning MEC Anton Bredel says they have a huge humanitarian situation to deal with. At least 100,000 people in the city of Cape Town are affected, while some 33,000 structures are damaged. Further inland, the town of Citrusdal is cut off from the rest of the province. Moreover, the Water and Sanitation Department has reported that dam and river levels continue to rise. Now, the Clan William Dam in the Olifants River, the Florix Carl Dam in Laingsburg, and the Berg River Dam are already filled to capacity. With the Teerswaterskloof and Volvlei dams, they're not far from getting to 100%. At least we end off with some feel-good news, and that continues as we look into the final sunrise view of today. And this one's from Westbury, sent from Ruwain. Thank you, Ruwain, for sharing your morning with us. It's beautiful over there, looking like it's going to be a gorgeous day ahead of you. Share your morning views with us on 0634088863. Well, let's have a look at your temperatures to see if the sun is going to be shining in your parts of the world.
Oh, well, it is definitely heating up in South Africa. I'm grateful that there are no crazy warnings out there. So hoping that everybody's staying safe today and starting this day on the right foot, especially after this conversation.
Absolutely. Well, listen, we're definitely getting things started on the right note, because joining us now are representatives of the Parklands College Jazz Band. We've got Paul Mayers, as well as who is the Associate Principal and Band Director, of course, and then also Tracy Johannes, here to shine light on the committed high school musicians. I'm very excited, and I want to give them a feel-good welcome before we even get into this.
Yeah.
And I love that you are shining so much light on the youth. That is what I wanted to say, because that's where it starts, isn't it? From the young, we grow up into gorgeous adults.
Yeah. Listen, guys, this is exciting. Tracy, I've obviously seen you running around the studio, getting the sound checks in order, and it's great to see your work. But let's talk about the versatility of music, the versatility of what you are breathing into this band, and the fact that they're so young and doing the absolute most already. This is phenomenal stuff on live TV. What they're about to do is insane. Talk to me about how this is all coming together and why.
So this is a new band, lots of grade 8s and grade 9s. We've only got 2 matrics, so they're a growing band.
Wow.
Everything they do, they're doing for the first time, either last year or this year. We play different types of music because we have people from all walks of life in our audiences. And, you know, we have an economy that allows for people to go to lots of concerts, but also people to not be able to go to concerts.
Absolutely.
So I always instill in them the fact that somebody invested time and money to come and watch you. So you're not going to be another radio. You're not going to be a live radio. So I always encourage them to play things that isn't heard already, because people spend money to come and see you. They spend petrol to come and see you. And for them, it's also a learning experience in that they're not going to, when they have to choose music, they're not going to just take the first thing that's on the radio and say, okay, let's play that. So it gives them the motivation to not take the easy road, to not follow what everybody else is doing, but also to educate and entertain other people and teach them about musicians and artists that are lesser known, that isn't on the radio.
I love that.
Beautiful.
Yeah. And sorry to interrupt, but I just love the fact that it doesn't seem like you're dictating to them, and you're allowing their creativity to unfold, allowing them to make these choices.
creative
And
license.
I love what you're encouraging. Yes, please.
Because they're only with me for a little bit and then they go into the real world. And I always tell them, you're not a school band and then 31st of December you become a professional. You're working now
This
on
is
your
the start of the
professionalism.
journey. Yeah, I love
Oh,
that.
speaking about the work being put in, I know you were invited to something very exciting. That was, of course, the Artscape Youth Jazz Festival.
It's
Tell me about
huge.
that excitement. Tell me about what goes into it and the process leading up to it.
So we are on the West Coast, which is far from everything music. Music is normally northern suburbs, southern suburbs. So when people say West Coast, they're like, oh, Bloberg, the beach, you know, West Coast National Park. So they were very excited to go, but also very intimidated, because when they saw the list of schools, it was like, ma'am, there's just northern suburbs and southern suburbs schools. So they were very intimidated and very shy. And I remember when we went to the sound checks, we each had our own dressing room. And the sax player said to me, ma'am, I really want to go jam, but can you please just go with me? Can you just take me into the room and just go with me? I said, you could just go inside, say hi, and you just start playing.
You own it.
And he went eventually, and they actually just realized, you know what? We all from different parts of the province. We all from different walks of life, but we have one thing in common, and that's music and our love for music. And it was just amazing to see how they got out of their shell. They're very self-conscious, they're very shy. And it was just amazing to see them just come into their own and find their space and become comfortable in the environment.
And look where we are right now, about to do something absolutely incredible. Paul, I want to talk to you because you look so proud, so excited.
We
and
are.
for so many reasons, man. You've got incredible things happening. This is a month where you're going to be spending a few minutes giving back. We've also got the production, The Wizard of Oz, which we have to speak about. So talk to me about all this excitement happening. I can see you've got a lot to say.
Let me start with, we're doing some really exciting things as a school. So as a school, our mission is reaching outwards, growing minds and building futures. So we spend a lot of time investing in young learners like you're going to see today. And one of the things we're actually doing today is starting at 10:30 when they get back to school, is we're going to be doing something which is going to be quite interesting. So I'm going to be learning along with them because we believe in lifelong learning. So Tracy and I, you're going to have to learn how to knit some of these. We're going to be knitting beanies that are this small.
Baby beanies?
These are baby beanies for prem children that we are partnering with a local clinic that we're going to be supplying for them because, as you know, in Cape Town it's a really cold winter at the moment. moment. Last year, we knitted a whole bunch of squares in this time, and then got all our parents involved to stitch them together to blankets. So it's a real community project we're trying to do here, and we've got to learn how to use this loom later today. And,
I'm a
and
crochet
this
girl, but
loom
I'll
and
learn.
this, well, there are a couple of things we're going to have to learn still. So the whole school is coming together, and from now right up until Mandela Day, we're really excited about this project. It's one way to really link into our community.
Absolutely.
Then, talking about the Wizard of Oz, so this is not going to be the yellow brick road that you were talking about earlier.
Okay, there's not enough material there.
No, not indeed. But we've got some very exciting production launching this Friday. Tickets are available on Quicket if you do get to Cape Town. And if you're not in Cape Town this weekend, the following weekend we're running it all again. So Friday and Saturday. And super excited. It's our first real production that we're doing since 2019, pre-COVID, which we did Cats then. So this is going to be a really exciting version of The Wizard of Oz. We don't go back to the 1939 film version by the Shakespeare Company. That's the one we're in for today. And it's launching on Friday. And you're going to see 3 vocalists today. All 3 of them are actually in The Wizard of Oz. And Dorothy Gale, who obviously goes down the yellow brick road and takes us on that beautiful journey through to see the Wizard. Dorothy is our lead singer today as well, and she is going to be singing that beautiful song Over the Rainbow.
Oh, man.
And today we're going to do a bit of a jazz version, so we're going to do that right at the end of your show. So you do need to stick around for that. Don't miss out, because it really is going to be something beautiful.
Well, listen, Paul, you can take over our job. Look at you speaking to the camera. We love to see it. Thank you so much for being here, Paul. Tracy, please join the gorgeous, gorgeous people that are waiting for you. And I cannot wait for this performance. I mean, Paul has hyped you up enough, and we definitely need to delve right into what's going to be, I think, something super magical. So take it away.
We are going to play New Church Street by Jimmy Dudley. Enjoy.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, yes, Mzansi, welcome back. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We're opening up right here on S3 and opening you up to incredible conversation and maybe something that inspires you. Now, listen to this. Food Forward SA, they are a remarkable organization, right? They're dedicated to addressing food insecurity in South Africa by connecting surplus food from the consumer goods supply chain to those in need. A brilliant initiative, and I'm absolutely celebrating this one. They've distributed millions of meals and reached nearly 1 million people daily through these exact efforts. This is incredible, man.
Yeah, no, they're just getting it right. And this morning, we are very excited to discuss, I'm going to call it a level up, their latest initiative, the Youth Supply Chain Internship Program. And I think that would have got a lot of people listening now. Program not only addresses food insecurity, but also tackles youth unemployment by providing very practical training and skills development in supply chain management, where I have a feeling the game is going to change. And Andy Duplessis, one of my favorite human beings, Managing Director of Food Forward SA, joins us in studio to shed some light. Andy, always good to connect with you because you're always doing something amazing. This does feel like a maturation for you, though, because I think you've always spoken to one side of the industry where you've offered this kind of a plug and play, and I use that term a lot whenever I chat to you, but you've made it so simple for the big organizations to take this very kind of corporate supply chain notion and plug it into something that reaches the people. Is this the next evolution, or is this something new? Talk me through this new kind of phase of your journey.
Thank you, Graham. Thanks for having us. So I think the youth internship program, it's not new. We're in our 5th year of existence, this program, but it's key for a number of reasons. We have a huge problem in South Africa of youth unemployment. When you look at the broader definition of unemployment, over 62% of our young people are unemployed at home doing nothing. Many of them have degrees or at least post-matric, and they're doing nothing. So we wanted to combine a few efforts. One, we wanted to tackle the problem of youth unemployment on a national level. As you know, we have a national presence. We have warehouses in every one of our 9 provinces. And we wanted to find a way where we could make sure that as we grow and as we scale, that we had a nice feeder group that could grow with us. So we thought, let's tackle these 2 issues, youth unemployment and having a labor force that understands what we do on a daily basis, that knows what we do, that's trained up. So it's a CETA accredited internship, and it's 6 months, and these young people learn skills. And the beautiful thing about it, over the last 4 years, more than 60 young people have gone through our program, and about 20, 30, 40% of them have been employed in our organization. Some of them are branch managers today. Whoa. Others were started out as general workers, and today they're driving 8-ton trucks, 14-ton trucks, and it's just amazing just to see the growth and development. Previously, unemployed people with no prospects, and now they are in the labor force.
And the crazy thing is, we've got, because we sit on that line of kind of the private and in the social development space, and it's amazing how many companies are trying to get this right because they realize their employment market is disappearing. Incredible.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, one thing that stands for me is the fact that there's ROI here, and ROI comes with investment. So I'm grateful that this investment is paying off in so many incredible ways. I mean, talking about some of these success stories, you mentioned Dylan Simpson, who's now truck driver at your organization. You're doing incredible things and leading into this month, obviously with Mandela Month taking its place. What do you guys have planned? You've got a big event, I believe, going down.
Oh, yeah.
Plug us in on the details. I know Mzansi wants to hear all about us. Give it to us all, man.
Oh, man, it's so exciting, you know. And Dylan started out as a quiet guy, and he's grown. And on Mandela Day on Thursday, we are celebrating those kind of initiatives along with our corporate partners. You know, Food Forward SA is successful because of partnership, because of multi-sectoral collaboration.
Yeah.
So on Thursday, we're having our food donor partners, farmers, retailers, manufacturers, everyone in the food value chain, working with our beneficiary organizations, and we are going to be packing 250, 300 tons of food on Mandela Day. And I say this, I have to say from the onset that the slots are all full. There are 3 slots every day in Cape Town, Joburg, Durban, Rustenburg, and Port Elizabeth. Although I think Port Elizabeth and Rustenburg slots are still open, but Cape Town, Joburg, Durban are oversubscribed for all 3 slots. So we're going to be packing food for the cold winter months to support our 2,500 registered non-profit organizations that get food every month, reaching over 1 million people.
Oh, buddy, we could sit for hours in terms of how you're representing the supply chain and how important it is that South Africans understand where those pressure points are. And you're able to do that in a completely different way now. But jobs that matter because they are purpose-driven, just like you. Absolutely love this guy. We've got all of the details that you need. If you want to plug in, yes, not many slots available, maybe in Rustenburg, maybe in PE. But in terms of being able to help, plenty of opportunity. Connect with Andy. Find out how your organization can partner with his to get very credible results in the real world. You might discover your next amazing employee in that process as well, thanks to this internship. Absolutely brilliant.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, gents, for that one. Definitely inspired. Well, we move on to some fashion news where the Winter Favorites Festival is on. From fuzzy fleece to a statement jacket and so much more for the entire family. Graham, of course, gives us a sneak peek into the ultimate promotion essentials. We've got to take a look.
Retail really is the best therapy. And whether you're looking to dress for success or maybe just take a break from reality, take a shot, step into store armed with a little bit of time and someone to spoil, and the magic will happen. Well, today I'm spoiling myself. I'm at the V&A Waterfront's Woolworths to treat myself to the year's biggest promotion. It's the Woolworths Winter Favorites Festival. When it comes to essential knits, you've got to have a polo neck. You can dress it down nice and comfy, or you can dress it way up. For the sake of versatility, if you want something chic, I love the earthy tones, something nice and neutral. This is definitely my color palette for winter. But hey, who says it has to be a supporting garment with a color range like this? Even in burgundy, can be the star of the show. The jackets is where we have a little bit of fun. Let's start with a commuter jacket for the man, literally on the go, out there, experiencing the elements. It's also trendy and quite fashion forward, and I love the range of colors. A winter staple for me, the V-neck. So versatile, looks beautiful, and honestly, I have just about every color at home, except this. From highly functional jackets to highly fashionable jackets, screaming that cool urban energy, my absolute favorite, the bomber. Ooh. Perfect. Has winter even begun if you haven't felt the fleece? And of course, the Winter Favorites promotion starts with 30% off fleece items, knitwear, coats, jackets, sleepwear, even boots. Great to shop for myself, but when I can get those winter staples for the entire family, even better. When we talk about shopping responsibly, Woolies puffer jackets are made from 100% recycled polyester. That is a massive box ticked for me. Only problem is the colors are amazing. So how do we choose? And we are winning. Oh, almost forgot shoes. Having an opportunity to get some of the staples in for my kids going into what promises to be a freezing cold winter, massive bonus for me. I think where comfort really needs to be paramount is when we're in bed at night sleeping. So the sleepwear is gorgeous, so many cute designs. You want them to be excited about getting snuggled up and going to bed in the evening, and these designs really do it for me. This is a one-stop shop, and not just for the incredible value, but the quality as well. I love the fact that in one sale, one incredible promotion, you can pick up those winter staples at an unbeatable price, but you can also land one of those investment pieces. For my wife, I'm looking for an investment piece. I'd love to get her something that she wouldn't have gotten or maybe treated herself to because of the price point. Here, 30% off not only those winter essentials, but those marquee, those big ticket items, those investment pieces. So I reckon I want to look for a beautiful coat, something that can enhance any outfit, elevate the style, and still be functional. And this is where to get it. with 30% off all our winter favorites. I have a feeling, especially once my wife sees what's in this bag, we'll be back and hopefully I'll see you here too. Oh, but that burgundy puffer though.
Oh, it looks so good on you.
Come on, it's amazing. Absolutely beautiful. The range is out of this world. But this is the kicker. Just 1 week left of the Winter Favorites Festival where you get 30% off all fleece, knitwear, jackets, coats for ladies. Come on. Amazing sleepwear, even boots while you still can. Please jump on this. You get 30% off all blankets and throws up until the 21st of July. And that's in-store, online, or on their amazing app. And of course, the T's and C's apply.
Of course. But listen, we're not going to leave you wanting because you stand a chance to win a 1,000 Rand Woolies gift card. Reply to the competition post on the Expresso social media pages and just answer this one question. What would you get from the Woolies Winter Favorites Festival? There's a lot to choose from, but just that one thing, all right? Don't forget to use that hashtag Woolies Winter Faves Festival. Now, this competition does close this Wednesday at midnight, the 17th of July. T's and C's can be found on expressoshow.com. Happy shopping.
Burgundy puffer.
We connect more countries than any other airline. Turkish Airlines.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Back to your feel-good breakfast show. Listen, if there's one thing I love, it is some girl time, especially when Omar Rusts are in the mix too. Now, when you're sitting down and chatting with your girls or with your boy, a cup of coffee and some rust is all you need to make that moment extra special. And there really is nothing better. What a combination, my goodness.
I think with my mouth full of rust right now, like you just said it, whether you're a girl or a guy in this instance, it doesn't matter. I'm here for the gesels.
Yeah, the skinner actually.
The skinner, but it's these moments that really stand out. You got like a go-to sort of situation or go-to girls that you have your chats with?
I think so. So I'm pretty open and friendly with lots of people, but I've got my core, I've got my bestie, and also a cousin that's become a bestie. So pretty close-knit, you know what I'm saying?
I like that. Well, listen, it gets even better than that, Brad. It's not just a question we're asking you, but this week, you stand a chance to win 2,000 Rand and an incredible hamper. Now, it's really simple. All you have to do is reply to the competition post, and that's on our Expresso social pages, and tell us the following. Who is your bestie that you love to share girl time snacks like Omar Rusks with? Now, don't forget to use the hashtag OmarDippingDelicious in your answer, and the 2,000 Rand could be yours. It's as simple as that.
I
Yeah.
love that. Well, we got some comments coming through. I love to see it. And Dile, thanks for getting in touch saying, my bestie's my sister. I love that. We love spending girl time together. And our favorite snack to share is definitely Omar Russ. You got it, girl. We dip them in tea or coffee or even hot chocolate. And it's our special bonding time ritual. We've also shared so many laughter-filled moments and also secrets over a pack of Omar Russ. I couldn't have asked for a better partner in crime. Sisters are nice because they're like built-in best friends.
And I believe it when you said it was over a whole packet of Rust. 100% sure. Listen, the comments keep coming through. We've got Dimples Peterson who says, my bestie is my 4-year-old niece. When she comes to visit, which is every weekend, we catch up with her favorite delicious buttermilk rusk and tea while she talks my ears off. She's my favorite person. I share all secrets with her and she gives advice too. Don't worry, auntie, everything is gonna be all right. Hashtag Omar Dumping Delicious.
No, stop it. That is
I'm
so
here
cute.
for it. I love this. And I love the fact that there's someone you can confide in, someone you can share your secrets with. We need a support system.
You do.
We need these moments when we can skinner and gesels with our besties.
That's healthy, man. It's good for your mental health. That's all I'm saying. Well, keep those entries coming in. The competition does close this Friday, 19 July. You can check it all out on expressoshow.com. All the terms and conditions are there. Get yourself some Omar Russ and a bestie, okay?
Cheers.
Omar Rusks, the ultimate snack time treat. Dipping delicious, tasty, filling, satisfying.
Our stage continues to explode with talent, now performing Siempre Unidos by Marcello Mao, and just a snippet of Somewhere Over the Rainbow and of course from the incredible musical The Wizard of Oz, is the incomparable jazz outfit. They are amazing. The Parklands College Jazz Band. The stage is yours. Take it away.
Nunca divididos. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's so good to still have you here on this Monday morning. Listen, we're going to get the week started on the best foot because the winter season is in full swing. We know this, and we're in need of that comfy, cozy feeling. Now, stylist and blogger Megan Pedro is here to guide us through our styling spaces with fluffy final touches. I love that. FFF, our favorite F words. Megan, welcome. I think we should get straight into this because I know the festival, the Woolies Faves Festival, is on.
Yes.
And we've got to talk about your top 5. I know it's hard to choose, but can we run through what is so important to you?
Yes. So let's start with the throws and the blankets. I really feel like the cozy element is totally there, and this weather is really calling for the next and chill, right? So let's start on your side. I feel like that's the easiest way. So that beautiful cotton. It's a pure cotton striped throw that is literally luxuriously placed over the chair. I think that is such a beautiful, blanket. It's really, really big as well. It's literally going all the way to the back of the chair, and it's really, really breathable because it is cotton. So that is wonderful.
And it's soft as well.
It's so soft. And then we go up at the top with your luxury mink, okay? How beautiful is that? And that actually comes in its 2 colorways. You've got that beautiful creamy white, and then you've got this stunning color. Again, speaking to the neutrals in your home, I really feel like it will go with anywhere, with anything. And then you've got a chevron print in a fleece, which I absolutely love. But if I have to pull in like a real favorite, this is
color on that?
Right? This is an anti-pull, which means that you're not going to get those little bubbles after a couple of washes. We love that, right? We absolutely love that. And this is just such a, it is so soft and beautiful. And then one of my favorites.
Can I wear that is my question.
Right? If you're in an apartment, you don't have an animal, I feel like this is the way to go, for sure. But this is really the luxury faux fur, and this kind of speaks for itself, doesn't it?
It does. And I love that you've sort of taken these to be points of upstyling your space.
Yes.
Winter has had us indoors quite a bit, and it's a nice way to just zhuzh up your environment,
100%.
right? So how do we go about doing that, turning your space from flat into fabulous?
Oh, I love that. Okay, so taking just, a chair and just making it really, really interesting by layering textures. So again, we've got different shades of creams and whites and greens, but they all go together, which I really love. So then also bringing in functionality, because you can't have a blanket somewhere that you don't use it.
Yes.
Or, a couch where your blanket's never there and you constantly going to the cupboard to fetch it. Make it a focal piece.
Oh, I love that. And I'm here for practicality, baby. I'm under those blankets all day, let me tell you. The feet, they need to stay warm. Well, let's move over to the dining area, because we've got to move to the bedroom. Yes. The bedroom is a very important part. We spend most of our lives sleeping. I think they said 1/3 of our lives sleeping. So how do we spruce up the bedroom?
Okay, so as you can see, we've gone with the base layer over here, right? Which really, in itself, is such a beautiful pattern and really speaks to the room. If you're thinking of just like a plain room, this really gives it some value. And then, of course, it is double-sided, which we're absolutely loving. So then I'm going to take you through making your bed 3 different styles, all in one go.
Okay. You're putting me to work today.
Let's go. Right. So we've got, let's go Scandinavian, which really is a beautiful layering touch. So I'm going to do this. You can literally mirror me on that side. Yes. This is your luxury hotel throw. Now feel that, okay?
The weight on it as well.
Exactly. And that is the easiest way to take your room from a hotel, that hotel feeling. Yes. Why do we always feel like the hotels have that luxurious feeling? It's the underlayer. This is the way.
You cracked the code.
So just literally pop it like this. And then you've got a Scandinavian. It's very, very clean. It's beautiful lines. Let's go to modern.
Yes.
So if you can pass me the grey, yes, that one. Perfect.
It's got a matching.
And then the 2, perfect. Just pop these like this. So you can see these are 2 different sizes, which we're literally going to layer. And then you can bring over the throws.
Both of them?
Yes, please.
Got you. Also weighty and beautiful.
Oh, my goodness. Our mohair, let me just talk about our mohair.
Oh, my gosh. It looks like a beautiful scarf.
It is, why not use it as a scarf, honestly? So then let's just layer these across the bottom, making it really, really interesting. And instantly, you have a different look, and this is modern.
So you have something the colours are still speaking to each other.
Yes.
Okay.
So we, again, sticking with the same kind of colour palette immediately makes it that, you're investing in these pieces, but you can easily move it from the lounge, the bedroom, and everything.
Exactly.
Then let's go boho. Okay. Boho is just adding it all.
Everything. I love boho because it always brings in textures.
Yes.
And that's what we love
my
to see.
goodness. So you can see this in the scatters.
you know what? It's kind of like accessorizing a really good outfit,
100%.
just taking it to the next level.
And it's what makes or breaks an outfit, right?
my
Like really
goodness.
taking it from the shawl, the scandi, all the way up to the boho with these pieces.
Scandi, modern, boho, we've got you covered when it comes to either one of these fashion faves. I love it. And these are all, of course, available part of the Winter Faves Festival.
Oh, the throws and the blankies. Yes, go and get them.
And you better get involved in exactly that. The Woolies Winter Faves Festival is now on. Now get 30% off blankets as well as throws like you've seen today, plus 30% off of all knitwear, jackets. We've got coats as well as sleepwear, fleece and boots until the 21st of July. That, of course, is available in-store, online and on the app, the Woolies app, that is. All T's and C's do apply, but thank you, Meg, for being here and showing us the way.
Oh, let's get comfy.
Well, if you're thinking about sprucing up your home, maybe giving it another facelift, it is time for another episode of Handy Heroes.
I absolutely love these episodes. Now, today, the experts from Hot Pot Paint in Springs, and that's near Johannesburg, are going to be sharing their DIY hacks and valuable paint tips to help make your next DIY project an absolute breeze. Enjoy.
Powered by Plascon, today's handy heroes come from Hot Pot Paint in Springs.
Well, we've been in business for about 48 years, and we started this business, my three brothers, who are late now, and myself, and unfortunately it's just me left, and my family, so we're carrying on with the business. We strive to give good service to people, good advice, we help the customers, we try to make them happy. We're the best paint store in the area because of best advice, best service, best price, and customer is king. Plascon has a wide range of good quality for all pockets. Their product has been a long time on the market. People know the name, it's a household name, so it sells. It's a good product. My favorite Plascon product is Velvet Glow oil based. It's a non-drip enamel and nice to apply. It gives a beautiful finish. Smooth, a good product, good finish. My DIY tip is always use drip sheets firstly when you're painting inside. Put it down nicely on your floors. Use masking tape where you need to mask by your window frames. Use the right rollers for the right job. And when you're finished, clean it straight away.
Handy heroes, powered by Plascon. We've got this.
I told you it was that breezy, man. Look at that.
So easy. I love the fists in the air there. We love and appreciate all those handy heroes out there. Thank you for keeping us in the fight.
When the cracks start to show, our strength and resilience is legendary. Mycotex, strong enough to endure anything.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
One day for what I say for one last time. And this Monday could be your lucky day. And that's if you play Daily Lotto for an estimated 450,000 Rand in the jackpot today.
Well, what are you waiting for is our question. You can buy your tickets in-store or you could go to nationallottery.co.za. Otherwise, you can head to the mobile app. You can also purchase a ticket through your cell phone banking or simply by dialing *120 *7529# for all USSD.
Yeah, now don't forget that all of the details are also on our Expresso social media pages, so you can go check them out right now. The only question is, will you be in the running to win that estimated 450,000 Rand in daily jackpots? Well, you've got to play and find out, because it could be yours.
How exciting. Well, right now we're feeling like a winner chicken dinner because the Parklands College Jazz Band are going to perform for the final time. Let's put our hands together for an incredible one.
Break your legs.
We'll be playing Over the Rainbow as a tribute to our Wizard of Oz show. Enjoy.
When all the world is a hopeless jumble and the raindrops tumble all around, heaven opens a magic lane. When all the clouds darken up the skyway, there's a rainbow highway to be found, leading from my window pane to a place behind the sun, just a step beyond the rain. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops all way above the chimney top. That's where you'll find me. Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly. Birds fly over the rainbow. Why then, oh, why can't I? Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops all way above the chimney top. That's where you'll find me. Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly. Birds fly over the rainbow. Why then, oh, why can't I? If happy little bluebirds fly.
Another feel-good production.